Come on, people. Welcome to the Top 4 podcast. This year, to set me from tears, I'll give it to Zuba Mendy. Welcome to the Top 4 podcast. My name is Peter. I'm an Arsenal FC. I'm joined by Oscar, a Chelsea fan.
Hey, what can I say, man? Another week, another 3 points under life under Liam Rosenior, man. I can get used to this. I can get used to it.
So he says that I'm joined by Robinho, a Manchester United fan.
Lads, I set a target at the start of the season. I said 5th. The road to 5th continues. And it turns down. It goes into London town on a Tuesday night. We're going to pop some bubbles. We are moving. Hold tight the 3-point collectors, by the way. We will see.
Collectors. Oh, yeah.
We all see.
Let's see, man. I want that guy not to be able to cut his hair still. So we have to hold it. Shout out to AD, a Liverpool fan.
Oh, this look. It's
I know what he was going to sing. I know what he was going to sing. I love it. I love it.
What was he going to sing?
I heard what he said.
I heard that.
Shout out Claude, man. Shout out Claude.
Is it nah? That's what it sounded like he was going to do. Wow. And we're joined by special guests as per usual. Lola in the building, an Arsenal fan.
Oh, another 3 points. We keep moving. It's calm.
3 points, indeed. Oscar, before we get into the nitty gritty of it all, shout out to all you guys that are watching right now. We have some technical issues early doors, but before we get into the nitty gritty of it, very quickly, what was your highlight or surprise of the week?
Bad Bunny.
The fact that the whole world went Latin.
The fact that the whole world went what?
Yeah.
The whole world went Latin, mate.
Sorry, one at a time. I can't hear you say that again.
The Bunny Bowl, man.
Bunny Bowl.
The Super Bowl, Peter. Come on, man.
The Super Bowl.
Bad Bunny.
The Bad Bunny. Yeah, no, it's just because you guys were all talking together. I couldn't even hear you clearly still. But yeah, Bad Bunny, of course, hosted the Super Bowl halftime show. What was your thoughts on that?
It was sick.
It was fantastic.
Because I was really gassed because I love the album anyway. I just kind of enjoy his vibe. It was like, cool. Do I speak the best Spanish? No. But the vibe is sick, so I don't really give a crap.
Does anyone here speak a bit of Spanish?
No, señor.
No?
Only bien, por favor. That's all
okay.
I need to know.
Who wants to try and read Baraka's comment?
Nah, he's just singing the song for one of the out. It's one of the that one. Wrong song.
Which one is he singing?
This one is I am one of them.
Shout out to him. I can't sing that, but big up, man.
Anyways, you know what it is though? I didn't know who Bad Bunny was until WWE. That was the funniest thing.
That's crazy.
And I remember like 3 years ago, we have a wrestling group chat, yeah. In that group chat, when Bad Bunny was appearing, everyone was like, "Who is this Bad Bunny, guys?" I was like, "Guys, just chill. He's a big deal. He's a huge deal. Like, it's fine.
He's a phenomenon. He's one of the biggest guys on earth.
This is your cross section, WWE and popular music. This
It always has been. How do you think I found out about the 3-6 Mafia?
Are you serious? You found about the 3-6 Mafia?
I hadn't been watching wrestling.
I think I'm Juki J.
I hadn't watched wrestling as a kid. I listened to Bad Bunny, and the only reason I watched that, or at least the entrance back when it came out, when he did it, was purely because I didn't really care about wrestling post. I was like, his entrance and everything was just dope.
Also, he's a phenomenal wrestler. Like, there's not even
so brilliant.
He was so
brilliant.
Good. Like, it's not even not even like for a celebrity. Like, literally, he was 10 out of 10. Baraka says, "Big up to the best podcast to air on a Monday afternoon when Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio, aka Bad Bunny, had me vibing for 15 minutes straight during that halftime show. Hold tight, the 3-point collectors."
I felt like the show was so quick. It was like I just watched
it always 30 minutes.
Say again.
It always feels quick when you're in it because like you would think it's like it should be longer, but it's like 15 minutes.
It's so impressive. It's so impressive how they get the stage on and the stage off. Because I was saying to my wife, I was like, "There's a game taking place
Yeah.
There was a first half, and it's going to be a second half of this.
Right.
It's a production like no other. It's a production like no other.
Side note, that every single year, like, tells me why I don't watch that sport. It was boring as hell.
Oh, Lola, man.
No. Pete. Let's talk about it.
Halftime. No, hold on. After halftime, and I literally turned it off. I went like, no.
You missed the best part.
I can't lie.
Was I woke up, I saw Seattle, what's it called? Seattle, whatever
Seahawks.
There you go, they won. And I only reason care that they won was because that video of the mum who said, "I don't care, touchdown, goal, we win." That was the only funny part I cared about that. The rest of it,
Yeah, was she Nigerian?
Yeah, there's like a hell of Nigerians on that team.
Yeah, she's class, man. She was like, everyone's gassing about Super Bowl. What's Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Touchdown, we go, we win. That was it. Exactly. That was literally me.
That's a shame, man. That first half I thought was really tactically great. Two of the best teams, the best defensive teams in the league this year. So it was always going to be a very cagey game. I think it was
I was just not excited.
I can respect it.
It was a sick game.
I can respect the kind of whole tactical part of it. It was still boring.
Yeah, fair enough. I didn't find it boring at all. The second half was much better. Don't get twisted. The second half was definitely better. But the first half was very much like feelers. Do you know what I mean? Feeling each other out. Pause. And then, second half, they went to town. Any other surprise or highlight of the week? Anything in the comment section, Oscar?
No one said anything outside of Bad Bunny. The rest are all football related.
All right, David's not that guy. What do you mean subtitles needed? You don't need subtitles.
It's not every day, man. It's vibe to the music.
Yeah, it's not every day, man. Just enjoy yourself.
Hey, by the way, Ricky Martin. By the way, Ricky Martin.
He's a farce. Get into that guy.
Martin.
Wait, Adrian, why did you say he's a farce?
What do you do?
What's his name? Ricardo Morales. What's his real name?
People have stage name. It's Snoop Dogg's name, Snoop Dogg.
No, but you know what I mean? He got the geezer out, but he sounds man from Puerto Rico.
Yeah, Ricky Martin.
Okay, no, but in fairness, he's not hiding his Puerto Ricanness. He's very clearly Puerto Rican.
There's
I know, but Ricky Martin, you couldn't believe was his real name. I hate AD.
Listen,
we were like for years.
You can though.
Listen, Lady Gaga was there. Does she know Spanish?
But the point is, Ricky Martin, if his name was even that, you could just put an accent on it. It would still be something Latin. Just put an accent on the Martin. You could just
Ricky Martinez.
Listen, he looked great. I don't know what you guys thought. He looked
great.
Money. You got money. You can gospel.
His song was 25 years ago. This guy's looking sensational.
What, Living La Vida Loca?
Bro, let me Google. Living La Vida Loca was...
Surely that's 90s. Probably too that's late.
Oh, okay, fine. Oh, so you're saying even older.
Late 90s, it's surely early 2000s.
I don't know.
1999. Living La Vida Loca. Sensational.
But this is what happens. You have money, you can last yourself, innit? Sustain.
I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of people with money that have not sustained.
Yeah, but he went to a good doctor. I
mean, listen, I don't want to say that. I don't want to cast any aspersions. I just think he's been banging and clanging in the gym.
Brother, it's not a bad thing. He's very clearly had work done, but it's fine.
Eating clean.
Unfortunately, the guy sitting down in the tight white shirt, that was Ricky Martin.
The one singing. Did you just realize?
Yeah. You just realized?
Oh, I didn't know, I didn't know that was Ricky Martin. It was only in the group chat today. Adrian was like, "Oh, Ricky Martin," and I was like, "Oh, was he vibing in the back? Did I miss it?"
I mean, I didn't know that was. You can't ignore the fact he was the Bad Bunny before Bad Bunny. He was the big crossover.
He didn't sing "Living La Vida Loca." I would have known that.
It's not Bad Bunny's song, but the whole point is
he could have at least sang "She Bangs."
Yeah, a little shebang.
How much
we need shebangs. Me and my wife were looking at like thinking, who's this guy? We're thinking it's like another featured artist, like the Danny Yankees and all them gang there. Yeah? Which one is it? Which guy is he? Then at some point the camera pans and I'm like, no, it's not who I think it is. Ricky and Martin. It's like, swear that that's Ricky Martin. Tremendous.
I thought Cardi B would perform.
Yeah, I thought
when people said Cardi B were there, I was like, I did not see her. Then I had to watch it back and I was like, she's dancing.
Yeah, she was dancing
in the back.
Yeah, it's not I like it like that. It's crazy behavior.
I like it would have been
It's crazy to me how that's not there.
That was a no-brainer.
There's only 15 minutes, though.
If people were saying let's let it be like
Okay, what about his entrance for WWE? His entrance song was it Chambea? It was a good
Yeah.
banger.
Yeah, but it's too slow in it. The way that it was going, it wouldn't. No, in terms of like the way it fits.
I guess because it was a very much a different angle.
I
Much
think that is
disappointed.
doing it.
Obviously disappointed to see Kim Kardashian and Lewis Hamilton. But we'll move on. We'll move on. We'll move on.
Disappointed.
I love social media for this. It's like Jessica Alba showing again that she's remembering she's Latin.
Oh,
Was she there as well?
She's in the casita with Cardi and Pedro Pascal and all the rest of them.
Yeah, she was just right there.
They need to have name tags. Like I
you
don't
know what,
know.
Oscar? I thought exactly that. I need some tags.
It was
I
fairly
need some
obvious.
tags.
The only person I spotted was Cardi B, and then obviously Lady Gaga. But even Lady Gaga, it took me a good 25 seconds.
Yeah.
Thing is,
Because she's like 15 years post peak.
because Gaga's reputation was she didn't look the same every single from one video to the next. She was never the same person.
Keep you guessing. You're gonna keep you guessing.
And then when she stopped like being like extravagant and just actually had normal face, it was like, wait, who is this?
You know
And
what's
then
hilarious?
it's
It's hilarious. From one weekend, she was at the Grammys and she was more dressed as the Gaga you probably are thinking of. And then this one, she's like, let me Spanish it up a bit. And she's reached out for this one.
So there's a bit of Latin in there, yeah. Fair
Like, she's
dues,
Italian.
man.
That's
Listen,
just-
I've seen
Italian.
all the mandem also saying they want the Latin baddies now. I was like, oh, okay.
Go southeast, go around Elephant and Castle or Vauxhall areas, you'll find them there.
Or Stockwell. What? I saw Stockwell. There's a place called Little Portugal.
But is it little?
There's like 5 of them, guys.
No. Trust me, as someone who knows a lot and lives around a lot of go
Oscar,
Vauxhall, Victoria, Elephant and Castle. Colombians especially.
I was gonna say, don't you remember, like, you see behind Elephant and Castle? I don't know what it's like now, but behind Elephant and Castle, they used to have those little Colombian joints underneath.
Yeah, behind the train track.
Behind the train tracks, yeah.
They low-key gentrified it a little bit.
And it was lit.
Spread out a bit more. They spread out a bit more because of that.
Especially during the World Cup.
We would leave church on a Friday night if you lot went to church Friday nights. Yeah, we'd leave and head to the station at like midnight, and it's packed out there. Ramos, it's about to go down. Or even a Sunday morning when I'm getting in early, it's finishing.
Yeah, that's class. I can say it's packed as Ramos. Wow.
Come on, man. It was easy.
Don't let that go over your head, guys, man.
Listen, there was a through ball. That's the Mesut Ozil. Do you know what I'm saying? Oscar, should we get into the nitty-gritties of it all?
Yeah. A few more comments, man. Shout out David. He says, good luck to the football podcast. Hope everyone had a good week on fantasy. I got 80 points.
Ooh.
What did your teams get? You know when you think you've had a good week and you're like, yeah, man, I've done all right for myself. And then you look at the league and you're like, nah, everybody did good. Like,
I banged this week. I can't lie. Ricky Martin settings, bro.
Everybody had a solid week.
When you captain Haaland, you know them way there, blood.
Everybody
I just left Haaland there for weeks.
You have to.
Yeah,
So I didn't change my team. Remember when I said I was taking out DCL? I got to Saturday morning and I was like, our game's already played on Friday because I was ready to change. And then obviously he scored in it. So I was like, wow.
We told you this.
Yeah.
Again.
Listen, man, I got 76 points this week. Love that.
71. I
Pick
got
up
71
PCL,
points.
man.
Love that. Oh, you got DC. You got DC.
I don't even know my password. I need to lock in, man.
That's what they all say when it starts. The league starts.
No. Oscar, I'm crap at the game. It's my fault. I'm bad.
Look at this. Do you know how long I haven't paid attention? They've logged me out of my fantasy. So I haven't checked in so long. They're logging me out.
I don't remember the password.
I've got 7 on my team. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know what's going on.
I mean, you can check for me. You can check for me.
You know, keep up the charade as long as you want to.
I feel like you think people care about this thing more than you think that.
No, I care. I'm bad at the game. I care. Sorry, Oscar.
Yeah, enough.
That's what I care. I'm just bad.
But if you don't care, then you don't care. Don't give me I can't even log in. I didn't say I couldn't log in. I said log me out. I don't even know my password.
Yeah, Oscar, just look at my team. Just look at my team.
Know our password.
Yeah, Adrian said that. The
app does it for you. I can't lie.
Mostly, I didn't even play my wild cards. Just look at the state of that team.
Yeah, man, that's the reason. I
want to say I got back into it in January, and I was like, okay. You know what it is? I think it was my United game annoyed me. I was like, I'm not looking at it anymore, so I stopped.
I always fall off around December, but I'm back on it. Miraculous Miri
in the league, man. Let's go.
Miraculous Miri says, good evening to the greatest football podcast there on a Monday when I sent a Montreal screw job of a script brewing. How did Liverpool not have a VAR check for that chaos in the box. What chaos?
Interesting.
What chaos in the box?
Which one?
Which one? Because there was a clear one.
You be careful to not have your bias. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let it cover you.
What? The Salah one?
Which one? I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh,
I mean, yeah. Let's dive in, shall we? Let's get involved at Anfield, shall we? Where it was what you would call blockbuster Premier League. This is proper Barclays. This is proper
Barclays.
Do you know what I mean? Like with the shenanigans that took place. Because this game, right? You could probably just cancel the first 75 minutes of this game if you wanted to, even though it was really good in my opinion.
Debatable.
But AD, how did Liverpool, who had 15 minutes to go in the lead, leave with no points and 10 men?
Broski, we snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. To be honest with you, yeah, I went into the game so apathetic, and I'm like, raw, like it's Man City at Anfield. This is the game after United, after Everton, the City game is the game I look for. I'm coming into it feeling tepid, and the first 75 minutes led nothing to the imagination. And I genuinely was actually resigned to defeat. I was actually like, you know what? I wouldn't mind losing here.
Why?
If it means Arsenal suffer. I got to that point. But then when Szoboszlai wraps that free kick, my love for football was reignited. I was sliding, I was upside down. I was like, yeah, you get me? I was so over the moon, and I'm like, right, I love this club, man. And then Peter, just to answer your question, bro, we're tepid. We're a bit spineless at the moment. And do you know what's crazy? Because I made this point last season, even when things were going well, and I want to get you guys' thoughts on it. I feel like Anfield, and this is what's the word I'm looking for? I guess this is just based off of Arne Slot's style of football. I feel like we've lost that fear factor, man, where we used to blow your socks off. Open in 8 minutes, you're 3-0 down. You're thinking, "Oh my word, I didn't get it." You see Pep pulling what's left of his hair out, and City controlled that game, man. And we had no outlets, like we couldn't play out. And if you want to talk about press, City were pressing us at Anfield. I couldn't believe it. I think that's part of why I was like I was lucid dreaming. It looked familiar, but it didn't quite feel real. What's going on this TV screen? Because City looks like the home team. We couldn't even lay a glove of them in some aspects, and yeah, but bro, it's so poor. It's like we're resigned to defeat. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt no more. If I'm feeling like that as a fan, what are those players feeling like? Unless as a club legend, I don't want to get into too deep, but brother, that penalty. What are you playing at? And then if you see that, I'm gonna call it the third goal. He's up at the cop ends making a barbecue. He's got no intent. He's got no intent of stopping anything. I mean, nothing. He's like Peter. That was an unrepentant move. When Allison left his box, he said, "I'm not seeing this box again." That's me. That's me, brother. That's it.
No, Adrian. When I was staring at this, I was like, "Wait, who's that guy in green? Allison. Why are you there?"
It's not even that he's there. Like I got it in the. They're thinking it's the last minute.
Yeah.
My issue was, why were you still there when it was still in play? That was my thing. You were fighting in the box when the ball.
He was. Yeah.
Why were
Did you see his jog though? Did you see it? This guy, he was carrying a bus with him.
You see this all the time.
He was doing a flick on.
It's like keepers always go up when it's like a last minute goal, try and get something out.
Yeah.
The keeper just kind of flail and stay. They normally at least if they don't get it, they immediately move back.
At least get in a DM position.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. He didn't give a damn. Okay, he was in the 10.
He didn't give a damn from when it was 1-1 because that penalty.
I'm gonna see some of this is Gerald in 08.
That penalty he gave away was insane. That was something.
Bozo moment. Simple.
It was very un-Allison.
What's my man Ramsdale? That was insane.
Yeah,
very un-Allison. I think remember he scored a goal from a corner before. I
Yeah,
remember him
yeah.
from away during the pandemic. Like I see he's had. I don't want to say form. That's not the right word, but he's scored before.
He's done it before. Yeah.
Done it before.
So it made sense him being there. It's just like he kind of all of them, in my opinion, all the Liverpool ones there when the free kick went in, it was like the kind of vim to kind of attack the ball wasn't really there. Even the second ball, when I don't know, it might have been like Gravenberch or Gakpo, I can't remember who said on. They both look the same. Like they kind of flailed to attack it. It was like they kind of softly went to it, but they didn't attack the opportunity to at least stop it from going back. Because the second it went over one of them like his head, I said, one of you scoring. One of them was scoring, so it didn't shock me. Obviously, the penalty, whatever. But you know what I mean? Like it being a 3-1 before it turned back, it made sense because how they just left that, I was like, yeah, just shoot it long enough and it's fine.
I think I agree with AD in terms of you talk about the fear factor. Absolutely, there was no fear factor whatsoever. City I watched this first half and I was in the group chat like, guys, like, what am I watching here? And also at the same time, I think I saw Liverpool against Newcastle. Very similar. First 20 minutes, Newcastle were really getting a foothold, but then Liverpool turned the gas on quick. And I was expecting Liverpool to turn that gas on, and it just didn't happen. And it was just like, it became more even. They weren't getting battered, but it was just a bit more even.
Can I ask? Because I agree in terms of the fear factor is not really like as strong as it used to be at Anfield. But I don't know if I'm in mind. I didn't think City were exactly good.
I think to go to Anfield, Lola, the way they play, any team you'd give them big props for.
The context of going to Anfield and winning is great regardless. I'm just saying in terms of how, I mean, obviously AD's got more hurt in it because it's his team. But in terms of looking at someone watching both teams, in my opinion, do I think City were technically the better playing team? Yeah. But in my opinion, I saw it as I didn't see either team really scoring. I thought it was going to end in a draw. Then the Szoboszlai goal happened, and they kind of felt like sucker punch kind of thing. I still thought it was, in fairness, for me, I still thought it was going to be a draw because why I didn't like speak on the game during the game, like online or anything, was because like I didn't trust your defense. So I was like, let me wait until full time to see. And I said it to I was on the phone to my friend, and I was like, and then the Bernardo Silva goal happened. I was like, yeah, I'm not surprised because neither one of these defenses are good. And neither team, in my opinion, played well in this game. So that kind of happened. Like the goal, in my opinion, by the time they're wrapping up for the equalizer, they'll kind of almost like it was coming. But even obviously, so it's like one of those ones where I thought it would end 1-1. This is why I'm saying I know you can't chat on Anderson's name because he's been one of the best like keepers in seasons and whatever it is. But that kind of doesn't protect you from when you're doing something stupid.
You're a bozo, yeah. Because if that's
it wasn't even like
if that's our media, we're ripping the new one.
It wasn't even like a sly kind of like he went out for the ball and he kind of like is unlucky that he kind of missed the ball and he clattered into a man for no.
Bolted out, yeah. Brain fart, absolute brain fart,
absolutely insane. But yeah, so that's what I'm saying. City, like I said, City does in terms of like the game or like if you win, you win. So whoever wins deserves to win. But to me, this game, if it ended in 1-1, I don't think anyone would have had much of thing to say either, in my opinion.
No, I think you're right on that point. I think that's the thing with goals in it. They do change games. They do change narratives on whether fortunately, unfortunately. Remember what I said last week about Man City's mentality was my main issue with them as their season has been. For me, the mentality is what kind of gets them over the line in this game because it was not, like you say, I think it was quite 50-50. But I think for anyone to go to Anfield and even have half that game that City had is impressive. You don't really get that kind of football. The football wasn't necessarily 10 out of 10, but nobody gets a 7 out of 10 there. So the fact that we even got like a 6.5/7, I thought, do you know what? That's impressive enough, especially context. The City we've been used to this season. So this season City is actually not really. Has not
double over us.
I know. I hear you in terms of that. I'm just saying I don't even think there was 6.5. I think they had individuals who were outstanding for City. So in my opinion, why I don't even think there was 6.5. I thought they were about 5 out of 10 personally. But they were 5. I don't think they were pretty good. But my whole thing is, I think someone like Gahey, bar the silence,
man of the match.
Gahey was brilliant.
Man of the match.
Like Gahey was fantastic in what he did. Actually was alive in this game. You know what I mean? So in my opinion, there was like less than a handful of players
I think Haaland was.
I disagree.
Haaland was horrible, and this is where.
He didn't get the ball.
It's not. I don't think it's harsh. He scored, so I'm not gonna like rubbish on him. What I'm saying is Haaland was rubbish. I think for me in the game, I think
he was not in the game.
I think Gay was brilliant. I thought Donnarumma was fantastic, and I thought Bernardo Silva was great. Everyone else was kind of there.
Do you know what my rebuttal on the Haaland point though? Because I think when you're going away at Anfield and when you're playing against two, because you probably argue that Konate and Van Dijk are as big as him or as strong as him, but if you look at how he was literally pulling, like even if you look at the Bernardo goal, if you look at how just by Haaland being there draws Konate to him. Now all of a sudden there's separation between Konate and Van Dijk. Bernardo's just in there. There's times where he's drawing man wide, and I think for me it was a very ugly performance from Erling Haaland. Wherein, of course, like Haaland isn't going to give you flicks, tricks, and skills, no. But I think if you want someone to lead the line, be a focal point, bring others into the game, I personally think
I think it's. I hear you on the kind of overall point of it. I think it's still slightly kind of results bias. I think he was good.
That's true. Yeah, if City lose, I'm not thinking about it. Yeah.
Was very good. I think obviously the penalty. I think he's been having hit and miss with his penalties recently, so he scored it. So I'm not going to like remove his actual DNA. I'm not going to remove his DNA form. What I'm saying
as well.
If he had this exact same, obviously it's kind of like what he did score doesn't matter. But if he had the same exact performance, but didn't get the GA, what I'm saying is it's brilliant that the GNA in it. But why I'm not putting him in like the three people I mentioned is like I just generally think he was bad, and the commentator said as well. It wasn't until he scored really up until that one, then everyone was talking about him because he was not good.
But like Retro Ball is saying, it's like it's the moments though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like when you're Haaland, I only need you to turn for 3 minutes, and that's for 3 goals. Do you know what I mean? Like it don't take long to score a goal. So if I'm there, even if I'm being quiet,
he was involved in all 3 as well, wasn't he? Yeah,
he was involved in all 3. And the fact that if I'm quiet and you think I'm falling asleep here, shame on you. Because when it's time, I will turn up. And he's got 20 goals in the league this season. Erling Haaland.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
No one said
24 games or 25, however many games we played.
About his performance
after a drought.
Yeah, we're talking about this performance. Isn't me pretending like he's not Haaland.
Yeah,
and that's not on you, by the way. I'm not saying.
Yeah, I'm saying because like, the same reason why this is his first goal in how many games. This is how bad he's been, and in this game, is just continued form of what he's had, and this is like when they always say you just need a goal to kind of go in, kind of. This is what he kind of needed, but it's just Haaland kind of vibe. So he left this game with just an assist. I still think we wouldn't talk about him, but he got the penalty. I think he was good for the assist for the Bernardo goal, but I think if it just ended 1-0 and he got the assist for it, I don't think people would be talking much about him either.
Yeah, I genuinely do think that the mentality is big for City, and I hope to God it's not a turning point. I really hope it's not for them in their season, because to go to
did you see the way they celebrated?
I know. It was
I did think that.
It was just a bit like, please don't let this be a moment. Let this not be a thing that's in my brain for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's not.
I'm personally not going to take it as much until something else happens. I take it as this for me, even though a lot of fans wants to put on Arsenal. This for me was it kind of validated my opinions that they were feeling a lot of the pressure, even they wanted to pretend they weren't. Because this win. Even I think if they were like in better form and they won at Anfield, I think they'd still be happy about it because they haven't won at Anfield. But the level at which they were moving post the game told me that they were feeling a lot more pressure than they wanted to pretend they were. That they were putting it on.
No. If they lost this game, power race is done.
Because they won down with 10 minutes.
What I'm saying is like I think because people have shown multiple times when there's like different clubs have like made a gap in a thing or kept it the same, whatever it was, and the energy shift is different. What I'm saying is, this for me. It's the mentality of City being City, because obviously if they lose this game, it's still not done, but it's one of those ones where it's like it's 9 points.
More or less done.
9 points in it's still whatever. But it's more of an insurmountable thing as opposed to it being whatever. But I'm just saying the reaction is okay. You man aren't doing this thing where you're just kind of being fake humble about the fact that you're going to run the thing. You man are feeling it. So I'm just curious. I'm just kind of so I'm not taking this. I'm not gonna like, harp on it too much personally until something else happens. I'll say cool.
Yeah, because
to me, technically, this is just all they did was keep it what it was.
Do you know what? Do you know what I think? I think whilst City, this is a big win for them. I don't think it is a wait and see. I don't think this is a turning point. I generally think that this game would have ended 1-1 had it not been for the penalty. If I'm very honest, I don't. Even if Alisson stood on his feet, the way that the angle where the ball was moving, I think it was it Marmoush or was it someone else? I don't think he's no, it's Bonanno. I don't think he's scoring from there. It was just a luck of the game. And then what my issue is, and I don't know if Adrian sees this, is that when Liverpool went 1-0 up, it reminded me of how Man United were playing early in the season. We go 1-0 up and then we just sit back. And then just take the ball, and not they don't, and just give them. That's how I saw it. Really, I genuinely think that's what's happened because I was like, I don't go for the kill.
It didn't galvanize us like I thought it would. Like a goal like that, you should have the wind in yourself.
They're gonna come forward.
I disagree. Go for it. I don't think that's like that. I think they just failed to convert. They had chances to
chances.
Yeah, chances. They just messed up. That wasn't a case of them sitting back. They had chances to do something. And the quality or the mentality or how crap they've been this season, because what's his name? What's the German brother? Should have definitely did better on that chance. That was insane that what he did there. The one from Ekitike, the one that Salah gave him that he should have put on target. So at minimum, even if it was just those two, in my opinion, they both.
Oh yes, I forgot.
Minimum on target.
Head of my heads.
Yeah, a particular one has to be a minimum on target. It wasn't, and the Verts one was a shameless shot that anyone that was shameless. Like I don't know what happened there, where you just kind of did it. That was nonsense.
Ball striking's not great, you know.
And bear in mind, from the goal, from Szoboszlai's goal to Bernardo Silva's equalizer, it was only like 10 minutes. There wasn't a lot of time.
I know, but I just felt like Liverpool just took the gas off the brakes. So I can't say it. I'm not speaking. Yeah, feet off the gas. Yeah.
But I think from a City point of view, I think that win, it irrespective of how we win it, I don't give a damn, right? Oh, yeah. I think there's a spirit, there's a tenacity, there's a know-how of winning that they demonstrated by winning that game. Now, the problem is, Man City have been crap this season, because I remember being on this podcast and I think Foden scored a winner some time ago. I can't quite remember the game, but I remember a Foden winner and I remember thinking, oh dear. And then City went on a rotten bit of form after that. So whilst in ordinary seasons, you could argue this would be a turning point, how good is 2026 Man City? We don't know. They can easily draw their next game. Because as Lola said, the points haven't actually changed, but there seems to be a shift in our perception of Man City, even though they've been serving us crap.
Why, harping on it too much. It's a brilliant win in terms of just in general of a bubble of it being you finally beat City at Anfield. It's a whole thing. You're not beat Liverpool at City. You know what I mean? I'm not downplaying that. I'm downplaying in terms of my opinion from an Arsenal fan view of saying, like you said, it's not the. If this was like City of last season or the season before that, this rundown thing could be interesting. And it's not like Arsenal or some kind of mentality monster. This is me saying the fear factor of City going a run hasn't got to me yet. So I want to see what happens before I'm going to be like, oh my God, I'm terrified. They beat Liverpool. It's going to be, let me see.
The only thing I want to say about Liverpool quickly before we move on to the incidents, a couple of the incidents quickly. Liverpool need, you've got Alisson in goal, man. You've got Van Dijk in defense, man. Ekitike is going to be sensational for Liverpool, no doubt about it. You've had Salah, man. Your midfield, however, needs a guy, and I know you've got Gravenberch in that defensive midfield role, but I think you need to upgrade there, because I think there is such an important thing for Liverpool. If they had a player who is, and it doesn't even have to be as great as whoever, but when you had your Jordan Hendersons or whoever, you had a player that you can rely on. You need somebody to rely on when given, hell or high water. This is the kind of guy, Villa depend on McGinn. You know, Arsenal have got Rice. We could even have Zubimendi. You can take your pick. Chelsea have got Enzo Fernandez. We're talking about when it comes to going to war, who leads from the front in that war, in that midfield pack? And for me, I feel like Gravenberch and McAllister, and I was looking at the midfield, and I was just like, I'm not getting enough nutrients. You know what I'm saying? I need a guy with some nutrients in there. Somebody that's going to be like
right back.
You basically just need another Van Dijk, another Alisson, another whoever in the midfield.
Yeah, can you give me a name? Because the only person I can think of is Declan Rice. What sort of guy are you thinking that Liverpool could plausibly go and get?
No, I mean, okay, if I was to have a hazard a guess, like if I was to really think about somebody, like, you know, like even if it was like Bruno Guimaraes, right? I know people don't necessarily rate him all too highly, but I just need somebody there where, you know, the leader of the midfield pack, because you've got leaders in every other area, but I just don't think you've got one in midfield. You know, Reginald saying Szoboszlai is not the leader for Liverpool's midfield. Sorry, he's talented, he's good, he can play well, but we're talking about the leader, like the actual, because Liverpool's history has had serious midfielders.
I don't know,
serious people.
He's, in fairness to Szoboszlai, I think I said it time ago, and people kind of say I don't know, but I wouldn't. I was saying I think I think I agree with Adrian. It's like Szoboszlai has been their best player. This is like last year in terms of 2025 and the back of the year. I think David just said it. We can talk about the midfield leader, but in fairness, they're not letting him play in midfield. Like, he can't really do much. They're not going to let him play.
That's not the answer, Lola. We know it. He's been there. He has been in midfield.
I'm talking about him currently, not in terms of like, unless you meant next season. I'm talking about the people they've got now. It is him, but they're not letting him play in midfield. He's been your best driving force. Like I said, certain things happen in certain games. Like the game that against Arsenal,
ball progression.
Even this game, it was him who obviously got the one. Obviously, it didn't end that when he got the red card. But his red card was one of those ones where it's like, I get why he got it. It was like, come on. He was trying to minimize the situation, but technically he kind of did, in fairness. So, you know what I mean? It's like, he was attempting, but I'm saying, if they would have, again, this goes back to what I was saying before, if they actually invested properly at right back, then you have your midfielder, but you're playing.
No, but they need to upgrade on Gravenberch.
No. Put it this way, for me, as fantastic as I think Declan Rice is, if we have a full season where we shunted him at right back, I don't think it'd be the same thing.
Neither do I. But what I'm saying still is that Liverpool have got Gravenberch in midfield. I don't want to scapegoat this guy because it sounds like I'm killing him. I'm not trying to kill him. They need to go again. You know, like when Arsenal had Ramsdale, he was their number one. They went and upgraded on him anyway. You got to go and upgrade in certain positions in order for you to. When Adrian
do you think
that fear factor still hasn't left me? That comment that he made earlier at the start of the show.
Do you think
need a serious guy in central midfield?
Serious,
not talent.
When you talk about Grav, like, let's be real, he hasn't played a lot of football this season, and he's only 24, 23?
That's fine. Let him learn.
2002. 2002.
Let him learn.
It turns
24 this year, I guess.
Yeah, he's 24. Like, he's a young boy. So
that's fine. That's fine. Let him learn of some serious guys.
I agree with you, but who's the midfield three currently? Like, because I always forget who's Liverpool starting midfield this season.
You probably say Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai. I think the obvious upgrade would probably be more McAllister, just because just physically, it's like they zapped his powers from. It's like what's that film Anderson spoke about, like Space Jam.
Yeah, but it's also because you're now playing Wirtz in there, so he takes the midfield slot essentially.
Yeah,
but this is why I'm talking about I'm talking about somebody who's actually in the central of midfield. I'm not talking about an attacking kind of guy. I'm talking about a box-to-box central middle of the park, as they say.
You said, like a Guimaraes,
I agree.
or Tonali.
Everyone in the top, I want to say top six because Liverpool was there. Everyone in the top six. Sorry, but like five out of six of them, I think you could argue have had like they've got at least one midfielder in there that you think, okay, that's the guy. Like if Arsenal, it's Rice. With Chelsea,
even Casemiro. Casemiro in that midfield would be superb.
It's Casemiro. Chelsea, I think if it's Enzo or Caicedo, you can.
Caicedo, yeah.
Villa, it's before he got injured. I mean,
Kamara.
Kamara, but you know what I mean. They've got someone you can definitely say.
They got a couple, yeah.
He's got a practice team, bro.
Gravenberch is a talented player, but McAllister has been and I don't trust Wirtz in there. And I personally do rate Szoboszlai. But like I said, I don't. There's no kind of steal option in there.
There's no character. There's no reliance. That's what I'm talking about. Who can I rely on for 30 games or 38? who do I throw my hat on? You know what I mean? Like that's basically what I mean. Anyway, David, I don't know if you're here, but you're very low. If you were talking earlier, I just seen that you were, but you know what I mean. You're very quiet. What's going on, bro?
Nothing much, bro. Man's hearing it.
You're here, yeah. Have you got anything on this game before we move on? Before we move on to the incidents?
Nothing much, man. City doing City things, man. You got to expect City to be at their best in it during this running, innit? So Arsenal, what we got to do? Win our games, bruv. 13 games left.
It's all in your hands, Pete. It's all in your hands.
Yeah.
Right. Let's talk about
even
the
if you lose to
fast.
City, it's still in your hands.
Well,
Peter, what's the fast?
How long you got? Let's start with Mark Gay not being sent off because he should have been. I mean, they said that he wasn't denying a goal scoring opportunity. Have they watched it back?
He wasn't denying the goal scoring.
Have they watched it back?
let me ask you a question. What are you basing it on? It's not. I'm not being funny. Legit.
What am I basing the red card on?
Yeah. Like what's because
Salah runs into the box, right? He's level on with the last defender afterwards. His shirt is teared off his skin, and he's on the ground. The referee gives him a yellow, so the referee thinks it's a foul. That's the thing. It's one thing to think it's a foul. It's another thing to think it's not, or maybe a dive, maybe theatrical.
Yeah, I thought the argument was
the fact of the matter is that whatever. I'm not fussed about inside, outside the box. Those are thin lines, whatever. I don't care about that. He is denying a goal scoring opportunity. Let's have it right. And I'm a big fan of Mark Gay. I thought it was fantastic. If Salah passes Gay, Salah is 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. If that's not a goal scoring opportunity, what are we talking about here?
The problem is now, we're trusting.
What are we talking about?
We're putting our trust in refs making a good judgment whether.
I don't think it's a goal scoring opportunity.
I don't think it is.
Salah is getting a shot.
Salah's on the edge of the box and he passes the last defender. It's not a goal scoring opportunity.
It's not the last defender because it's to the
He's going to have a clear shot, isn't he?
Yeah, but let me ask you, not. That's the thing. He's not. He has. Have
you guys watched this back?
No. But hear what I'm saying. There's a difference between having a shot and having a clear shot. In my opinion, I don't think it's a clear shot. Anyone can have a shot. Like I agree. I think he could have let a shot go. But the argument is always with this kind of last man rule is like, is the defender close enough that you can be like, oh, it's a possibility. Like in my opinion, I can see how they're thinking. It's like he's far enough on the side of the box where the argument is that Diaz could slide in. Whether or not he stops is not the point.
How is that not denying a goal scoring opportunity?
This argument
is that not denying a goal scoring opportunity?
Arguable.
I think we need a few frames. Like, unfortunately, we can't show the video. You need a few frames.
Few frames, man.
What I agree. We all agree it's a foul. Like easily, yes. Yeah. I just don't think it is a.
All you lot,
defenders covering.
They all need to go Specsavers, bruv. You lot are mad.
The referee books him.
You don't want to give out red cards for a foul outside the box to the right where there's a defender covering. I'm sorry, guys.
It's not Oscar. It's called denying a goal scoring. Oscar, denying a goal scoring opportunity. It doesn't matter about where the defender is or how close the defender is or whatever it is. It's called denying a goal scoring opportunity. We're not talking about last man.
I'm sorry.
That's not what it says.
No, but it's the argument not is it a shot or is it a goal scoring? Because like I said, I think he could get a shot off. I don't think that's definitely guaranteed a goal scoring.
It's a goal scoring opportunity. I don't understand why it's not a goal scoring opportunity.
Let's hit the rule.
You're taking the literal name of the rule.
Sorry for taking the literal English. I apologize.
I don't know
what to do. I should. It's like Jesus writing a freaking parable. I should just take it as that.
Jesus has to write parables because people ain't smart enough to get it in plain English. So consideration.
Give us the parable then. Give us the parable for me to understand.
They have considerations for the rule. This is what Sky.
The parable of the better ref.
So first of all, he said considerations for the rule. That's the first problem. That's the first problem. No, I'll let you go. That's the first problem, guys. What's your first error?
Referees have to make a judgment call based on these considerations. So they are deciding whether it's a clear and obvious like goal scoring opportunity based on the first one is distance between the offense and the goal. So that I think that was close enough because it was at
18-yard box. But okay, yeah, sure.
General direction of play. I don't know what that actually means.
It was
attack.
It means was he going to
bear it down a goal, Oscar?
Okay. Likelihood of keeping or gaining control of the ball. I think he would have been in control of the ball.
Okay, that's 3
fair.
out of 4.
And the final one, location and number of defenders. Now that to me is where this falls down. Because I feel like he's on the
only one
out of four. One out of four.
So three. No, guys, hang on. So 3 of 4 have given the clear. One of 4 is grey because when it says location, it's in the penalty area. Can he shoot? Can he score? Yes, he can. So it doesn't matter. Even if there's 8 defenders, if there's 8 defenders,
why is it half of it?
Say again.
You took half of the thing. It's location and number of defenders.
I said location already. I said in the box. And tick. And I said, wait there. Tick. It's in the box. And secondly, even if there is 1, 2, 3, or 5 defenders, why does that now negate the other 3.5 points you've made? There's 3.5. There's 4 points to consider. We've got 3.5 of them.
The location.
But the other half we don't have. So therefore, it's not a penalty. It's not a goal scoring opportunity.
If he gains control of the ball, he shoots.
If I handball it in the center circle, you can't give me a penalty because one of them is wrong. The location.
I'm saying the location in terms of where the foul is took place outside the box. But the point is, if Gay doesn't foul him, Salah runs into the box. The ball is heading into the penalty area. He's gonna have a shot on goal. He's gonna have a shot just to go. Defender's not even in the way. Defender's not even in the way.
The thing is, if you go purely by what the rules the considerations, where I agree with Peter is you just listed where respectively, and you agree by the way, where 3 out of 4 of them were like marks. Yeah. So this is where I'm like, cool. If you're gonna put 4, there's 4 considerations and 3 of them are actually hit, then it's a bit mad you don't give it. Then that's where I'm like,
sorry guys,
3 out of 4 and it's not given. That makes no sense.
We're not giving penalties for that, guys.
Yeah, no, the way the ball's going, the way the ball's going,
we're not asking for penalty.
No, I know what you mean.
No.
We're asking for a sending off.
Oh, sorry, we're not giving red cards for that. My bad, David. We're not giving.
I'm asking for a sending off. It's the last man.
I don't think it's not.
Because technically, Lola, I get the point that you know what, he's not. It's not like he has to run straight and he's in the back of the net. He has to go at an angle. I get that. He's the last defender, and he's the furthest attacker of the lot.
But that's what it is. He's not the last. Diaz is the last defender.
Yeah, Diaz is the last defender. That's the point.
Technically, in Oscar's frame. Was it Salah was ahead of Diaz?
No,
this is the point I'm saying.
Yeah, when he first pulls him, remember he carries on into the box and then he goes down.
Yeah, it's like very close. It's like very close.
Look, it's very close. Okay, we're pulling. We're sort of hairline business. Yeah.
If Gay got sent off, I wouldn't be kind of like saying it's a farce. Why did he get off? It's one of the ones where, unfortunately, it's like
it's even worse there, man.
You're not helping yourself here.
I think that's fine.
It's one of those ones where if he gives it, I don't think they overturn it, which is, I know it's annoying to say it or to hear it, but it is one of those.
That's a good point.
I think from Oscar's frame, the ball
made a stupid challenge. Let's have it right. That's because we've absolved him from this. By the way, what he did, like Szoboszlai. Obviously, we got onto his error in a bit. We talked about Alisson's error. So, Gay's in the same ilk.
Oh yeah.
Had he been sent off,
he got away with it. He just got away with it. Sometimes you get lucky. You got lucky with that one, but
I guess
it happens, isn't it? It's like I said, it's annoying. But I've seen multiple times where it's like one of those. Like I said, if it's given, I don't think they overturn it, and it's crap to say it. It's crap to hear it. But it happened so many times where it's like I've seen times where like last man. I think even that time when it was like Saliba got sent off in the Bournemouth game, which I got. But then the argument was like, I guarantee you, next game is not gonna happen. It happened against Spurs.
Oh Lola, thank you.
So it's
thank
like
you for that assist.
One of those that's annoying where it's like if they for example, if they don't give that, they probably don't overturn this, and then vice versa.
That's not a D-Wade assist you've just given me there.
I think Gay got lucky, but it happens in football. Sometimes you get lucky. You got lucky.
Look where Saliba got sent off from at Bournemouth. Fantastic point.
In fairness,
Saliba got sent off from the halfway line. Okay, sorry. Goal scoring opportunity. My bad. More than Salah's one in the penalty area. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about the next one. The diabolical fast. Why my caption today is to get this. I'm done for it now. It's over and done with. No, you're not going to tell me nothing about this situation because VAR is bent. They're all bent. All of them are bent because the referee, in fact, gives the goal. Can we clear that first of all? Yeah. First and foremost, the referee gives the goal. And it's the fact that one of the things I cannot get around my head, I can't fathom it, even with all the explanation and all the friggin' PGMOL backers are telling me that because Haaland fouls Szoboszlai after Haaland's been fouled by Szoboszlai, they can't waive play on or play the advantage.
Yeah,
Guys.
I think it's because
it is murky though.
Advantage, but he gave advantage, but then he got fouled. He fouled someone else in that advantage. He has to cancel out the play.
He has to cancel the play.
Which again, letter of the law wise, I get it. In the like, it's one of those ones where it's like
it doesn't make sense, guys.
It's one of those things where I don't know. I don't go wrong. I agree, but it's one of those things where we all know it's not gonna happen again. Like we know for a fact it's not gonna happen again.
Guys, it doesn't exist. That rule doesn't exist.
Leeds versus Burnley next week.
I don't
go the other way. It'll go the other way.
I really understand the confusion is.
I'm not confused.
Can I tell you? I'll tell you why I'm confused. Because one player got fouled, the referee waved play on and they scored. And unfortunately, VAR got themselves involved to say, we're not going to give the goal. We're going to send off Szoboszlai as well. You know it's bad when the team that scored says, give the goal. You know it's bad. You know it's a cock-up, right? And then also the fact that I've seen yellow cards, by the way. I've seen situations where somebody gets fouled, play is waved on, and let's say that the ball goes out for a throw-in or goes out for a goal kick. The referee then goes back, gives the booking. Doesn't give the free kick, but gives the booking.
That's crazy, you know.
No. Think about it. Think about it. We've moved the whole play back.
You know what it is, Pete? You know what it is,
NFL? I guess it's the Super Bowl weekend. It's not the NFL.
What I hear you is like when you complain about the whole, like you just said, you've seen plays in normal football where a lot of plays happening. Someone fouls someone when they're on the run, but then they wave advantage. Something happens, the ball goes out because they've missed a shot or whatever it is, and then the ref runs back and gives the yellow card. The difference is this is where, like in this situation, that happens. Szoboszlai fouls Haaland, but this is where it's not. I'm not trying to get at you, but this is where actually is the last man, and is actually a goal scoring situation. It was actually fouled. That wasn't a yellow card offense. That was actually a red card offense. So because it was the
last man.
Yes,
Haaland was actually the last man.
It's one of the, because Haaland then fouled him in the presence of it being
advantage. That's what makes it murky.
You have to put it back, and it's not yellow card. So it has to happen.
All integrity aside, I believe on this panel we've got integrity. I do believe that, and I believe that the PGML do not. I want to ask you this question: do you think these guys had that rule right there then?
I think it's one of those rules that's probably technically speaking there, but no one ever thinks it's ever going to happen. You get what I mean?
That's a bit of the rule book. Article 17, Chapter 8.
Like subsection C of 10,000, whatever it is, and it's technically speaking, but it never actually happens.
I'm gonna download the handbook this week.
No, Pete, you know what the issue is?
I'll look for it.
What the referees did technically was correct. However, common sense did not prevail, and that's the issue. That's the whole issue here.
What would be common sense, Robin?
The ref gave the goal, though.
The ref gave the goal.
Two people have fouled each other. Fair enough. Neither of them reached the ball. But no one touched it. It rolled in.
I've never seen. Go on, AD.
You know in the box when there's pulling and shoving, right? I mean, when like both players are grabbing each other's shirt. I swear the referee just says, "No, boys, you've got 6 of him, half a dozen of him." Crack on, kind of thing, no?
Let's
AD.
These are two separate incidents. They're two separate incidents, all right? Szoboszlai pulls Haaland. Then Szoboszlai is in a position to clear the ball. Szoboszlai is going to clear the ball off the line, and then Haaland fouls him. There's two separate fouls that are like 3 seconds apart from each other.
But that's never existed in football, though. That's never existed. It's never existed where you've been waved play on, but then the team that got played on makes a foul, and then the referee then goes back to the first play. It's never happened.
Technically speaking, it has, but the difference is again, this situation itself. Of when
Lola, what I was saying is,
right?
No, Lola, what I'm saying is, like as the thing I mentioned earlier about the yellow card thing, right? Or melee happens afterwards, blah blah. But we've never seen it where Arsenal got advantage, then Tottenham then attack. What's it called? Arsenal then attack the opposition player afterwards, and then they go bring it back. We've never seen it.
Do you remember?
That's what I'm saying. Though it's like because this situation hasn't ever happened. And again, I'll bring it up to another situation where something has not really happened. Is the Martinelli one? How often? That's what I'm saying.
But the Martinelli one was wrong. But it was wrong.
I'm saying it's technically correct.
Wrong.
It wasn't wrong. The point I'm saying is technically correct. It just doesn't really.
Martinelli was. Are you sure? Martinelli's.
Did he commit to
No,
yellow card?
like you said, it
No,
said
he
that it was
made
two yellow
one
cards.
foul. He made one foul.
No,
No, but what I'm saying is,
though.
if you wave the play on, how has he made 2 fouls? And then we've got, did they restart the play? Did they restart the play? They didn't restart the play.
That was a ridiculous decision.
Lola, just to go on your
That was a
point,
ridiculous decision, Peter. I'm with you.
When you bring up the Martinelli thing, yeah, Martinelli fouled a player. The referee said play on. He then made another foul and he got 2 yellow cards.
It's
So
a
if
cock
that,
up.
hold on.
That's a stitch up.
Hold on, Pete. If that situation was to take place in this particular game, then Szoboszlai would have been sent off. But then equally, Haaland would have at least got a yellow card, and he was already on a yellow for taking.
And you know what else, Oscar? Carry on. Keep going. No, keep going. But keep going. Do you know what else would have happened? The goal stands. The goal stands. Even I'm not saying Szoboszlai shouldn't be sent off. The goal stands because you know what happened in the Martinelli thing? They didn't restart the throw-in, did they? No. They gave the foul. They gave the free kick. They gave the free kick.
Yeah,
there's 2.
One.
Yes, but what I'm saying is they gave the free kick in terms of what's it called? Where he got sent off, the game then continued from there.
Then it would have been
continued.
And it continued from the free kick.
It would have been a goal.
But if the ball goes in the back of the net, do they cancel the goal?
Listen.
So if the ball goes in the back of the net, if Wolves scored the goal, if Wolves have scored the goal on that run, because I think it's Wolves that are attacking, if Wolves scored the goal, do they cancel the goal? Of course they don't.
Might have to. Because again, I'm not saying I agree. I'm saying again, listen to me. If they would have left it, I don't think anyone would have had an issue. I'm just saying, technically speaking, the referee wasn't, or the VAR wasn't wrong for that.
Listen, VAR was wrong, man. VAR was wrong.
I have a question, guys. Was the goal given, or was
the referee pointed back to the center circle to start play again at 3-1? The goal was given by the referee.
The goal was given. What happened?
Robin's mates got involved and said, "Go have a look at this."
And guess what?
Right.
This is my issue because it goes back to the start of the whole thing, and we've been on about VAR. The referee could have just said, "Guys, 2 people fouled each other. Give the goal. I'm gonna stand by my decision." He doesn't need to turn around. That's a different story. My issue is that common sense just didn't take place. 2 people fouled each other.
I don't agree though. It's personally speaking, it was a red card though. Like it was. We have seen it before.
Give the goal and send him off. Give the goal and send him off.
I agree with.
That's what I'm saying to you. What I'm saying to you is, I'm not mad at Szoboszlai got sent off. I'm not mad at that. I'm mad at the fact that they went back 2 steps of play, and Haaland got nothing. Haaland got nothing.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here? We're going to choke off the goal, take off Haaland, not do anything to Haaland. And by the way, you know what's funny? Do you know what's so funny, Lola? Yeah, Haaland would have got booked had he not got booked for his celebration. I'm telling you now, he bottled it.
Oh,
he bottled it because he would have booked Haaland.
Yeah, I agree with you, personally. What I'm saying is,
Exactly, AD. Exactly, AD.
This is why I'm at. They followed the rule, but not to the full extent. Because, like you said, I agree. Suppose I should have been sent off. The goal, if they're going to do that thing, fine, choke off the goal. But then Haaland, if you're going to send off Szoboszlai, Haaland should have got a yellow card as well. They didn't complete it. They did 2 out of 3.
They didn't complete it.
I didn't even consider that.
Yeah, no, that's the hill I would die on personally, the yellow card. But yeah,
it was anyway.
Funny game.
Peter, our Italian I have the gripe of the Italian goalkeeper. Catch the down ball, please. Because if he doesn't catch the ball,
he loves to carry. He
loves to punch.
Listen, I'm not going to let you say a word about Gigi Donnarumma. How dare you?
No, he punches the ball. Liverpool get the foul, and guess what? They get the free kick. If he catches the ball, it doesn't happen.
We are not critiquing Donnarumma for that.
It's my big gripe with goalkeepers in general. When they just punch the ball for the sake of punching the ball. Catch the damn ball.
I'm sure there's a reason for that.
It's one of those ones where it's like, I hear your point, but it's like,
leave
my gripe. It's my gripe.
Go grab the lemons, bruv. Leave Gigi alone, bruv. Go talk about you got a nana.
What do you mean by lemons? I've got a clean sheet, my guy. So what are you talking about?
Leave him, bruv.
You can't critique Gigi on this premise.
Don't stop talking about Gigi, bro.
Anyway,
what club's record of goalkeepers, bruv? I lie, bruv.
he needs to commit with this hair, man. Shave it off.
This game obviously has a very big impact in the title race, and I'll tell you what else does as well. We go to the Emirates, where the Arsenal FC, comprehensive professional performance from the Arsenal camp. 3-0 winners against Sunderland. Lola, what was your opinion on the match?
Good professional performance. I going into the game again, I thought we'd win. Not sense of arrogance, but I just thought we'd win. Sunderland are a good team because Robbie, who I haven't rated for time, is a problem.
The Brob stuff.
That guy is a handful. My God, he is a handful of a player. And the thing is, I didn't rate him before, but he's like, especially in the Prem, his assets work perfectly for the Prem. The physicality and his movement, all that stuff, hand it to him. That being said, I think we had a good count for ourselves. I think Rice was sick. I think Zubimendi's goal was great. I think Rice's shot earlier in the game kind of gave the blueprint where it's like, okay, I can do something here because they kept doing that. We've done it multiple times in the games beforehand. I think a lot of goals have come from that area as well. Trossard scored from there as well. That area where Trossard kind of like baits people in and then flows off, and it's like the Rice of it gave it away. It's like, oh no, you people aren't actually coming out to defend it. Cool, long shots. I think we had a couple of them, so that was good. I think Gyökeres was good when he came on, good for what he can do when he came on. I think his goals were taken very well. I think Martinelli, my boy, who I'm never throwing him away. You people can't make me. That guy is the ultimate worker and a perfect person, but in my opinion, for a squad player, he's not a starter. That dream of him being a starting left wing died a couple of seasons ago. But that boy as an option in the squad off the bench, that is someone I don't care what team you are, you have everyone, you have your starters, but I think every team would do well to have a Martinelli type in their squad. He runs forever. He's that whole thing, by the way, where I think people think it's easy to kind of run in behind and bear like one-on-one and go. He does it so well, like often. It happens too often now for it to be kind of like a fluky kind of thing.
It's a useful profile, definitely useful profile.
He's like the best like attacker at controlling miscontrolled like passes on the go. If you look at a lot of his like in behind goals, there's always some kind of hiccup where he has to like bounce it off a shoulder or his knee or the back of whatever it is, and he always gets a shot off, and it's like he's very actually he's going to shoot. He passed off, so that's fair enough. Yeah, I thought I'm going to be nice to him this week because I went on him last week. I don't think it was good, but I'm going to leave it and say Madueke was there. I could be mean.
There's something personal you got with this kid.
Don't rate him, but I'm saying I'm not going to be mean. So don't bring it up.
Like last week, last week you were talking about, I was like, you just attacked this guy. We won 4-0 away at Leeds. So he got attacked. He scored.
You could have been past. We could have been past the situation, by the way. I was perfectly happy just saying he was there.
No, but you just said he's there. That's rude. That's
harsh. Yeah.
Yeah, or not?
I think he was good.
He was there. Moving on. I thought Calafiore was, but I think give him a couple of games. He'll get back into his
a bit more oil in them hips, boy. You know what I'm saying? He needs some oil in them hips.
Was great. I thought Kai was great. I think this whole thing where it's a kind of two-man step with them too, which is again where this whole kind of, even though I don't particularly rate him as a midfielder, this is where the whole missing of Marino might be an issue. It might not, if Kai stays fit, it won't be an issue. But the whole kind of two-man, so having someone next to Gyökeres that can do the whole kind of actual muscle work is what's going to help him do what's good at, which is just shoot and just be there. But we'll see. If Kai stays fit, it should be fine. I'm not going to complain about it. I thought, I think like I said, this game for me wasn't anything again to overly analyze, to overly hate on. Like I said, you said it was a professional, went 3-0 and a clean sheet again, which is like, wow, I want to wrap them back up again, go back to what we were doing. I don't want any goals. Clean sheets is what I want. Obviously, I want to win. But you know what I mean? Like, keep that going.
Of course. Yeah, as you can imagine, a tear falls down my eye every week since I've said Kai Havertz and Gyökeres, just put them together after what I saw at Kairat, right? All I've said is just put them two together.
Fair enough.
I've shed every tear since, at Ellen Road, Emirates. I saw it in front of me. I just said, you know what? And it's not even necessarily like assists to Gyökeres, but it's just when he's there and then Gyökeres come off the bench. One thing I liked about the Gyökeres of it all is seeing that Jesus didn't have the rub of the green, wasn't playing really well. Gyökeres then comes on and all of a sudden the space is there because it's been a long 60 minutes and he then, penetrates, right? We saw this from Jesus. When Jesus was coming off the bench for Gyökeres' hard, dogged work, we saw Jesus running into space, getting chances straight away. And everybody was like, Jesus. I'm like, no, guys. Gyökeres was there breathing heavy for 60 minutes, okay? Working like a dog for you know what I mean? These times, then Jesus comes in and picks it up.
Yeah.
Gyökeres then got the turn today. Said, listen, is that what you've been doing all 60 minutes? Now you know what it's been like for me for the first half of this season.
You know,
Let
Jesus,
me collect my goals. Let me collect my goals.
I don't think it's ever going to change, but I need him. He's like Steiner. Like, why are you offside? Why are you offside? There's no reason for you to be offside. Why are you offside? It's fine.
But you know what? What was my course about his goal tally between now and the end of the season?
I can't remember.
We're on track.
Another 10, right?
We're on track. Since I said 10, how many has he got?
Like 2, 3?
3. Thank you very much. So he's on course.
Hey,
There's 13 games to go.
And like I said, I'm not prideful enough to not be. If I'm proven wrong, I'm perfectly fine with that. Because if I'm proven wrong, it means we've done well.
I almost want to tally, but I don't want to go too far.
No, I'm a bit disappointed in Sunderland. I can't lie. I thought there would be a team that would give you a little bit of trouble.
Same.
I thought they would.
I thought they put a decent show up for themselves because they weren't like. This is a slight shot, but it's not a shot, but it is. They weren't trying to just like sitting there not trying. You know what I mean? And the only reason we had the opportunity to score, especially the last one, was purely because they were attempting to actually. I think the whole game they were trying to score. They just because Bobby had a chance earlier, which he could have definitely scored from. Obviously, they were up there because they were trying to score. And it wasn't a situation of like they were just like rubbish. Don't get me wrong, they gave away some things, but they gave away the ball around their box because they were trying. It just didn't come off for them. And again, I think because Sunderland had set themselves so high because how they've been listening, everyone thought they were really crap. On balance, when you deep at what Sunderland actually are, it's fine. Again, they're the only. Obviously, they were away, but their home record, the only one who's undefeated. So overall,
here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Their away record is horrendous, right? They are 17th in the league in the away end table only, right? They've won 2 games away from home this season. They are horrible away.
Where were those two? Where
they lost?
They won.
Why was Chelsea one of them?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Bobby bad up.
I do remember that.
I remember that. But yeah,
but
then this adds to my point. Then it's like this is not the one you can. Then if their record is that bad away from home, it's to be expected. Them they try, they didn't work, but they'll get something probably back at home, and it's fine. Or even out.
You think they've played 12 away games, 13 away games. They lost 7. So it stinks away from home.
That's great.
That's harsh, man. For newly promoted sides, that's harsh.
No, I mean it in a sense of because Sunderland are very good this season overall.
Oh,
you guys were expecting Sunderland to be better at the Emirates.
They're like getting hit with again the success. They're getting hit by their own success because they've just been like way better than anyone thought. I think we're kind of expecting them to be like. But if you look at it on balance, like I said, their away form is not good in general. Their home form is great though. They're probably going to finish in and around mid-table, which is fantastic for a promoted team. So
their home record is 4th.
They haven't lost.
It's 4th in the league.
Newly promoted team, and they haven't lost.
7 wins, 5 draws. They're 4th.
They're undefeated. They're the only one.
They're the only team. Only team undefeated at home.
I want to do a documentary about that. That's stellar.
Because the energy they put into Leeds at Ellen Road, they went on a little nice run, but the people talking about Leeds away from home, even though they've got that weird record where they don't lose at night. But like,
Leeds at night.
Leeds at night have not lost.
When it's like, when it's dark time, when it's dark, they seem to win all the time at home. But whatever. The point is, the energy for like Ellen Road about how it's terrifying, or the Stadium of Light. It's like, technically speaking, the home team that people should be scared about is Sunderland.
Fair. David, anything on Arsenal Sunderland, mate? 3 comfortable points?
Nah, mate. I mean, going forward, we're gonna have huge, emotional, mentally tough games, but we just got to keep going, mate. And expect City to be City, so just go for it, but don't watch their games.
Go for the jugular.
Go for the jugular.
That's it.
The league is in Arsenal's hands. If you lose it, it's your fault.
There's going to be ups and downs. Listen, bruv. 38 games, it's not always going to go right. But yeah, this team just need to keep their heads, mate.
Can I just say before we move on, Oscar thinks he's gonna get away with that Chelsea defeat in midweek. I ain't forgetting it. I ain't
Which one
forgetting
was
it. Arsenal through to Wembley, people. Let's we forget because the Arsenal FC went and scored.
I actually forgot.
I genuinely
I had to bring you back in.
What?
Bring you back in. Kai Havertz scores again. Oh, would you believe it, people?
That performance was disgusting.
It was
It's
gross.
Chelsea Football Club.
That's my point again. We can chat. Everyone can chat about how Arsenal are entertainers and all that stuff. We were in the league, by the way. You came to sit there, even though you needed 2 goals.
Do you know what I would compare that game to? Do you know what I would say that game was like last night? It's the Super Bowl. Patriots waiting for my man to make a mistake, and they capitalized, but it didn't happen.
Like they went 12-0 down.
Yeah.
Thing is, like I said, the logic behind it, like the overall logic behind it,
It makes sense.
In the larger scheme of the overall, I get it.
It made, but the execution.
5 at the back, away from home.
No. Yeah.
That's what I
I'm
said.
watching this game, yeah. Listen, I'm watching this game, yeah. At the end, like,
You aren't Sunderland. You're Chelsea. And that's what I hear from you like, all the time, by the way. This is why I'm not giving you a pass, because all I ever hear from Chelsea fans is like, we're Chelsea. We're
Innit?
So what kind
5
of
at the back in the semi-final.
In the
They fell
semi-final.
down.
and they couldn't even put
And they
the
took
ball
off
in
the
the
lap.
box, man.
And they took off the lap.
Of course, we took off the lap. He's crap. Of course, we took him off.
He was rubbish.
Why did you sign him? Why did you
Why
sign
did
him?
you sign him?
We were shackled. Stop.
Why did you sign
did
him?
you sign
No,
him?
I'm not stopping. Why did you
Stop.
sign
Good
him?
question.
Because if we start talking
Why
about your
did you
players,
sign him?
we'll go crazy. We'll be here all day.
Why did you sign him, bro?
I'm
You
not
paid
here.
30
I'm not here
million.
in February, and you're asking me why we signed the lap.
You
Don't do that.
paid 30 million of the King's British pounds for
Don't
him,
piss me
bro.
off.
From relegated Ipswich.
Don't do that.
joke,
Don't-
man.
Hold on. Stop. Yeah, your microphone is not working. We can't hear you. But David, I have a question for you. Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Last season, Mr. Delap, who none of us rate, scored 12 Premier League goals. Will Gyökeres get that tally?
Yes, man. Leave Gyökeres. David, don't ask him. David, don't ask him. David, his striker is Mark Guiu and Liam Delap, bruv. That's his centre forwards. Chelsea, $1 billion Chelsea. And that's what they got to offer up front. He's just hurting. He came to the Emirates with 5 at the back.
Look at your
seniors
head,
too busy
bro.
talking about our coaches playing in training in your half. You need to focus on something else.
They got to get in their own off. Right?
And his touch was horrendous as well.
And Peter,
That sums him up. That sums him up.
Sums him up.
When you talk about Chelsea's strikers, let's be clear. João Pedro has scored more goals than any Arsenal player this season. So let's just.
But João Pedro's not a striker. João Pedro's
Where
not
does
a
he
striker,
play?
is he? I don't know.
Where does he play?
You play him in the 9 or in the 9.5?
He played on the weekend. He played on the weekend and he won 2 penalties.
9.5.
Oscar, you brought Delap to the Emirates in a semi-final and hooked him after 60 minutes. Leave me alone.
Let me discuss it. You don't want to go and ask me why we signed Delap. Like that wasn't 6 months ago. Let me discuss it. Yeah, Chelsea were like, we went into this game in a very unfortunate timing. We didn't have Reece James fit. Palmer cannot play full minutes, and then Esteval obviously hadn't travelled in it. So that's right off the bat, 3 of our best players, 2 of our best attacking players.
Didn't he come on?
But he hadn't trained. He hadn't trained with Chelsea the whole time. So he landed back in London and then went to play. So it was like that he couldn't play for a long period of time. There wasn't any of that.
So back 5.
Clearly, the game plan was to hold off on Arsenal until the second half and then unleash the threats of Palmer and Esteval in the second half and go for the game. And when it comes down to it, like Delap is just not that big of a threat to keep him on the pitch. So none of you guys even think that. So I don't know why you're asking me about Delap. Like it was nothing game.
My whole thing is, I get I understood in overall things of like sitting back and waiting and then going. I still don't get starting Delap. You people can't convince me that made sense.
It doesn't.
Who else was there to start?
Anyone else?
You spent £1 billion, mate.
Bruv, Gittins, bruv.
£1 billion.
I said Gittins is injured.
I said Gittins. At least have a back 4. Let's start with there. Start with a back 4. Let's start.
I don't mind them being a back 5. I understand.
Lola in a semi-final.
No, but
I go down.
I understood
we won
that.
league titles with a back 5.
I understood. I understood them being. I just don't get. I just personally.
Where are you now?
I just wouldn't have started the lap. I just wouldn't have started the lap. And then I think when they supposedly second half, I just think they were bad.
There wasn't a choice to start the lap. The problem with Chelsea in that particular game is that, like you said, in the second half, when we had the big guns on and it was time to really go for the jugular in the last 30 minutes, we didn't create enough. We didn't take the game to Arsenal. We didn't put anything. We didn't put you guys on the back foot. We didn't have enough threat in that moment of the game. And I think that's the main thing that went wrong.
Yeah,
I think the
main thing is that you're whack. Your team's whack. That's the main.
I think it's the
main problem.
I think it's before.
Because when
Let's cut the nonsense.
We cry.
Cut the nonsense.
I'm saying, I think you said something before about Garnacho, where it's like you can't pass him the ball. You have to pass him the ball where he has no choice what to shoot. Yeah. And that's why I was looking at thinking, you bought
There are 6 of those guys.
Savio, and you bought Garnacho, and I was like, you brought these guys on, and I got it the whole way until it's a bit later to then try and. My issue was you brought these guys on half fit or not, but there's enough time they were fit enough to play for that last bit. Yeah. You weren't playing in a way to kind of do anything, or my view on it.
Yeah.
Why I'm looking, because you gave the ball to Garnacho, but you didn't actually pass him in behind. You kind of did the whole thing where Palmer was like,
we never do. With Garnacho, the team hasn't figured out how to get the best of Garnacho.
The whole thing was like passing the ball where he hasn't got a choice but to do something with it. You weren't. That's what I'm saying. Is like you weren't doing things where it was like at least attempt to properly try. You know what I mean? I'm not explaining it well, but that's what I meant.
No, I get you, man. I think that second half was really where it fell down. Chelsea didn't do enough to even like worry Arsenal, and I think I felt sorry for Liam Rosenior, because when I saw that team sheet, I said, right, he's really been shafted. Like he's really had to make something out of nothing.
You feel sorry for you feel sorry for him.
Yeah, for the team that he was available to play.
He was in Strasbourg a month ago playing with
man. Let's just talk about what you're talking about. I'm saying
you said you feel sorry for him. I'm astonished.
I'm talking about in that particular game. Yes, I feel sorry for you when you can't play Palmer for 90 minutes. You can't play Esteval. You don't have Neto available. Bro,
you spent £1 billion, mate. I'm not feeling sorry for no Chelsea guy. You spent £1 billion to make a squad. No, because in fairness, to make a squad, it's like nobody will feel sorry for us, right? We spent a load of money. We've made a big squad out of it. You can't feel sorry for us. Same way I could say that about Chelsea.
Pete. Come on, Liam Rosenior has been in the door for less than a month or about a month, yeah. And I'm saying he went into this game against Arsenal, where we needed to try and beat one of the best teams in the best team in the country, and some of the players that he would have used to win that game were not available for him.
Did you feel sorry for him in the first leg? Because he was in that team as well. He was responsible for that.
Did I come here and say I felt sorry for him in the first leg?
You just said that you feel sorry for him. I'm asking, do you feel sorry for him in the first leg?
Oh, I've said it about this game in particular.
Okay, Oscar. I'm just asking if you feel sorry for him in the first leg. Separate question.
Yeah, and I'm saying no. I've never said that before. I'm saying it now.
You know when people do this? You know when I ask a question and he goes, "Yeah, I never said that. I didn't." I'm like, no, I didn't say you said that. I'm just asking you a separate question if you feel sorry for him in the first leg as well.
I don't feel sorry for Liam Rosenior in general. I'm saying in this particular game, he had a tough decision to make with the lineup where most of his attackers weren't there. So he tried a thing, and it didn't work. Like that.
Do you know about Rosenior? Separate point from like the football, because he's like on results and stuff. Technically speaking, on the run, he's doing well. He's got the same vibe, not the same like output, but the same vibe as Potter. Well, I just don't kind of rate him. Like, he's aura-wise or like personal. Something about him just was like, you feel a bit like a wet blanket, mate. Like he's a
football nerd.
He's done bad. I'm not like downplaying what he's done in terms of like the game. He's won games. Like he's on a good run of form, bar the League Cup games. But something about him, it just gives like.
Yeah, but do you know what I think though? I think it's quite similar to not to say that these two are the same. But I think it's quite similar. The response to him is quite similar to Arteta when he joined Arsenal. I feel like if it was to work, you would then respect him a lot more. But because like the way he acts, and you're just kind of like, I haven't seen anything from you that kind of justifies a bit of the cringiness or the madness.
When Arteta first came in, my thing was him was like he felt very kind of stoic, kind of. I know what I'm doing, whether or not it worked off isn't the point. But the energy he gave him was like. Yeah. I've come in to know, I know what I'm doing. Whereas Rosenior came in and it's like, you give prefect as opposed to head boy. If that
He
makes
feels
sense.
privileged to be there. Yeah. He feels privileged to be there. I think it's one of them ones where I look at Chelsea in general in the last couple of years, it looks like plug and play manager. Whether it was Poch, whether it's Maresca, whether it's Rosino, any manager works.
Yeah.
Put it this way, Carrick's vibe, just not the results wise, because again, both results, Man United and Chelsea have had league-wise very good results. But the vibe of Carrick feels like, oh, I believe you. Whereas with not results wise, but like as a person, like I believe you. With Zinha,
I hear that. Let's talk. Speaking of Carrick,
I don't believe either of them.
Speaking of Carrick, Manchester United 2, Tottenham Hotspur 0. United finally beat Tottenham after 7 attempts?
Saying that out loud is mad, by the way.
I asked it last time when they lost to them, and I said, why can't they beat this team?
Finally, it's weird.
They finally beat them. Robinho, Tottenham Hotspur. Man United, man, another 3 points. Carrick at the wheel.
Yeah, man. Routine. That's how I felt this game was. No, I kid you. I kid you not, and I'm being dead serious. From the red card onwards, feet up. Feet up. That is how I describe the game. What you call it? Even before that, by the way, we scored an offside goal. That's my only gripe. Ahmad and Cunha, they love being offside. I'm like, guys, just wait a minute.
Offside, man.
I get it. You want to go forward. You want to bomb it, but just 1 second.
Offside man are just lazy. They're just lazy.
Take a breath before you go. Just take a breath.
That's what I asked. Because we scored 4 times in this game. So I'm just like, it should have been 4-0 out of sight. But 2 of those goals offside stuff. It's just like, yeah. But honestly, other than that, Tottenham really didn't offer nothing. It was one of those ones where it's just like, yeah. And it was the same thing in the reverse fixture when it was to 2-2. It's like, guys, why is it 2-2? They didn't offer anything. But then those things that we're shooting ourselves in the foot. So I'm finally glad that we've actually beaten these guys because they're not great. Yeah, and we're now 4 wins in a row, the first time since 2024. Exactly 2 years ago, by the way. The last time we went 4 wins in a row. So it's been a very, very long time of
dark time.
Nothing.
Man.
It's been a very dark time. So I'm happy. We got the 3 points. It was a comfortable win. I don't really have much to say on Man United. The only other thing that I'll say at the very end, Benjamin Sesko, again.
Shameless. That was nonsense. Same with the Verts one. Where was the shot?
Brother,
take a touch.
Yeah, the time.
Because even if you saw at the end of the game when the full time went, and you see Bruno, even Bruno's like, bro,
he was fuming.
Take a touch.
I captained Bruno. I was fuming. I said, you had all of the Stretford end to just place that ball in. What are you doing?
And he's a good finisher. Like when he's finishing, when he scores a goal, it's a techie finish.
Smash it. There's no one there. You're fine.
No one.
He genuinely didn't know, did he? He genuinely just didn't know.
But again, we're back to the one I enjoy to make fun of. I say it bare time to come on about if a certain someone wasn't Argentinian, would he be rated as high as he was? Once again, my point again. Because
let's talk about it because he tried to end the John Cena retirement tour, aka Casemiro, for no reason.
Right, because
no reason.
He made that post about something about Tottenham, and I get
the board.
Like the board thing, and to be honest, the board is rubbish. So I get into, but it's like if you're gonna do
he's
that,
right.
Yeah, I'm not saying he was wrong. I'm saying if you're gonna do that, your performance can't be what you just did. You can't be moving your captain. You must show that you're captain on that pitch when you're in such dire straits, and you were not only nonsense before you were kind of mid or rubbish before that happened anyway. You then do a red card. And I say it every single time. He loves to do this. Whereas Tottenham are like on the back foot or have done something wrong. He loves to maverick himself up the middle of the pitch for no reason. He loves to do it, and he can't control himself either. Because at least when Van de Ven does it, there's control. He's got pace and control, so he goes up there and he won't do something stupid. With Romero, it's consistently he does this, and he either leaves gaps or he does what he did now and got a red card rightfully. You're captain, and this is what you do. Your second red card this season. So now you're out for not even 3 games. You're out for 4. You're out for 4 games.
Crazy, man.
Your team is in like whether they like it or not. And annoyingly, I don't think they're going to get relegated. But your team is, for all intents and purposes, in a relegation battle, and you're out for 4 games.
Let's entertain that for a little bit, and I will get back to Mourinho. But
It's not just entertainment. It's
no,
not entertainment.
Pete.
This is reality.
I want you to load up Tottenham Hotspur's fixtures.
Oh, I'm about to dig in.
I want you to load them up because I agree with you, Lola. I don't think they'll get relegated, but I need you to look at the fixtures and entertain me for a little bit. Entertain me for a little bit.
Is Newcastle than us? What I'm saying right now, yeah, they could easily. If West Ham, I don't think they're going to beat you, but say they do. I don't think they're going to, but say they do.
Listen, there's small fire. I cannot lie. When I saw the fixtures list, I said
the next game tomorrow is at home to Newcastle United. They're then home to the Arsenal FC, North London derby. They're away to Fulham, home to Palace, away to Liverpool, home to Forest. That's what wraps up March.
If they touch, even if they don't get relegated, if they dare touch the relegation zone, I swear to God, it's going to be hilarious.
They're in a relegation battle, guys. This is the reality of the matter. They are 6 points above the drift. If you're level on points with Leeds United, you're in the relegation zone.
Hey,
that's not history, right?
Oh,
Sorry?
They should call Carrick, get him in.
Former player.
That man doesn't even acknowledge that club, and he's playing.
Yeah. He doesn't even know Tottenham.
He doesn't know who they are.
Guys, they're level on points with Leeds.
He went traveling for 2 years. He knows a damn about that club.
Oh,
Oscar, you want to talk about someone I feel sorry for? Thomas Frank. I feel sorry for that guy because he was like you said, shafted. He's got there, and all they've done is dug a burial grave just for his tombstone to get ready. That's what they did as soon as he walked through the door. The people that recruited him are not even there anymore.
Hey,
so
Pete. Adrian should even be allowed to talk about Spurs, bruv.
Why not?
Bruv, he sent Thomas Frank there, bruv. I told you what was going to happen. You refused to listen. Ruined a good manager, bruv.
Listen, he won't be ruined.
You don't go to Spurs, Peter. As you said, don't shop in your rivals' bins, and you don't go to Spurs to progress your career, bruv.
I always ask this question about Spurs, about the people that join Spurs, whether that's technical staff or whether that's football players. The question I ask is, what do they tell you in the interview?
I've got a question.
What is it they're telling them?
I've got a question for Peter, because he likes this man. We see the issue that's happening with Newcastle, right?
Yes.
And someone might want to leave to save himself. If he goes to Spurs, people say that he might want to leave Newcastle just to save himself from something that's happening there. If he leaves and goes to Spurs, what's the verdict on him?
He's an idiot.
Who? What? Eddie Howe?
Yeah.
That's just the end. That's
He's
the end. That's the end.
He's an idiot.
He'll be like Dean Smith, a guy that was here once upon a time. He's God. He's off the ether. Do you remember some of these managers? Smith.
I remember Owen Coyle.
Owen Coyle. Do you remember Owen Coyle?
He had bright ideas at Bolton with something that will share.
No.
So let me ask you this, guys. Let me ask you this question. We were talking Carrick, yeah? When Carrick joined Tottenham Hotspur, who do you think the manager was?
If it was,
who do you think the manager was?
Martin Yo.
It wasn't Martin Yo.
Hold on. Let's continue playing this game.
Have a think.
It wasn't Redknapp.
It weren't Redknapp. No, it wasn't.
No, that's too late.
That was late.
2004-5. Who was
before Yo?
Yeah, I like that. No one knows.
Wait. We know. Wait, just wait.
Because you're gonna say it and you're gonna be like, we know who it is.
What David Pleat? Oh my God, man.
Who was the manager before Martin Yo?
Can tell you.
Glenn Hoddle.
Nah, not Glenn Hoddle.
That's a good one. Yeah.
No, you probably won't remember him, but it was Jacques Santini.
Oh, Jacques Santini, the former French manager.
Where's he gone?
He was there for a cup of coffee.
I'll tell you guys, there are Tottenham managers that come, yeah, and they're gone.
Yeah.
Bro, Villas-Boas changed sport.
Oh yeah,
he started doing rally and Dakar.
Because you know what it is? It's even because like with Frank, yeah, it's both. I can see, but I also don't, because you did go to Spurs.
Who told you?
But also,
Andrews is above you, blood.
It's the timing as well. It's the timing as well, because you're into Spurs and they are horrid, and then your team that you left are enjoying themselves with the set piece plan.
Enjoying.
Nah, you're a fool.
No. Listen,
that's hard, man.
No, it's
The
not.
one person that needs to,
No,
the one
okay,
person that
let's
needs
just-
to get
let's-
out of Spurs ASAP is Mickey Van der Ven. He needs to
Right.
leave.
I don't
He's
care.
gone.
You can
He needs
suffer
to leave now. He needs to leave
He
now.
needs to leave
there.
for the sake of his career.
Before his rep gets ruined, he needs to leave in the summer.
I think he's gone. I think he's fine.
And listen, Barcelona will buy him. Barcelona will buy
what I'm
him.
saying
That's
is,
fine.
Yeah,
I'm saying
that's
he needs to
fine.
leave. He cannot do another season.
Guys, have a look. Huh? Have a look. Huh?
Let's
Have a
zoom.
look.
Let's
Look.
zoom
Guys,
right in there.
they've got 10 defeats. They've got more defeats than wins. They've got more defeats than draws.
Look at that form.
It's insane.
Sorry?
In the red. You know, if a company had that much red to be liquidated, that is
She's got the same. Basically, if you're that is horrible.
Bad.
Jesus, bad team. But yeah,
Guys,
Van der Ven needs to leave in the summer. The rest of them I don't care enough about.
guys, they are 6 points above the relegation zone. They're in the battle. They're six points.
Someone
adrift.
tweeted there's a remote chance that they can actually be the first team to play Champions League football if they win the Champions League and the championship next season.
If they win the Champions League. Anyway, we don't even know who they've got yet. They didn't play anyone in the Champions League. That's why they're
Yeah,
there.
you know what it is, yeah, for Banks,
Yeah.
yeah, United just like, who's playing Spurs next? Not United, sorry, it's
Newcastle.
If they're nice, yeah, they just losing it. Just lose. Just for the fun of it.
Lola, here's the thing though, because you know what's coming. We know we're playing them around the corner, yeah.
Mm.
We know what can happen. All of
Yeah.
a sudden, they get a new manager. Again, I feel like we've missed out on the rut whenever we come to play Spurs because they got the new manager just in time.
Although Spurs love to do this thing though. I think not Spurs or what's his name? I just blanked his name. Frank loves to kind of. I think it's similar to Aaron, where it's like he'd like be on a crap run of form and then kind of win. Just that
Or get a
game.
good result, like City away.
Just to keep him comfy.
Yeah,
And then we'll go on a bad form again after that.
yeah.
I don't think Spurs will, generally speaking, I don't think Spurs will fire him because no one will come until the end of the season.
But do you know what else though, guys? This is the end. I want you lot to understand this about Tottenham Hotspur. It's the end. This is it.
Yeah. The owners need to
I
sell
am
out.
curious,
Bro.
man, because I agree, because like they kind of were in that kind of that bubble of like everyone was kind of bad at the same time. Some like two clubs were good, everyone else was kind of bad, so they could kind of meander in there where they were sort of all right. They were all right. But now that but it's true. So, but now, Liverpool are having a poor season, but I don't see them having another bad, or even if they have another poor season, they won't be down there. Kind of
Yeah.
City or City, I don't think we're falling off. Chelsea are kind of like they're Chelsea. They're going to be in and around there. Man United are finding some kind of themselves a little bit more. See, all the traditional lot are sort of finding themselves at this moment in time, and then you've got the kind of the pretenders who want to pretend like they're bigger than they are in the Newcastles and the Villas who are just kind of there. So I'm looking that's now two other teams, and so I'm looking at the options of where Spurs are generally the team who get the players who the others who have passed on.
Yeah.
You are no longer the kind of the prince where if United, Arsenal, Liverpool, City, Chelsea don't want you, go with Tottenham. Villa and Newcastle, especially if they don't get Champions League. Especially if they don't get Champions League. So, like I said, if Van der Ven is smart and he leaves in the summer, who are Spurs teeth in, or who are they getting to kind of get them comfortable enough to be back in the top 6 fight?
They'll be like Leicester. The man will just slide. They'll be like Leicester.
They're not.
There's nothing there.
Spurs are done, man.
Because even how much I cook Romero, because he's not the levels he was, he's apparently going to Atletico Madrid, which makes sense to be honest to how he plays.
Oh, superb.
That's him. He suits that. So that's him gone. Romero, Van der Ven Smart's gone. That's 2 year starting centre backs gone. Let's see if that actually happens. Who you got? Who's coming to you?
If I'm the owners, mate, if I stay in the Prem this season, it's time to sell up, bro. It's done. You've built a new stadium.
It's done.
Lovely.
Bro,
You got
they
NFL
have-
coming there. Sell up, bro.
They have more non-football events at their stadium than they do have football events at their stadium. It's over. It's finished.
Concerts, great stadium.
Tottenham Hotspur Tottenham Hotspur Stadium has its own website.
Business.
I'll let you
Franchise.
think, I'll let you sit on that one. Anyway, Let's move it
I
along.
can have a website separate from the club.
Sorry?
It's a venue, man.
You know what they are, man? They're a venue for fun and entertainment and concerts and shows. That's what they're for.
The Beyonce Bowl. That's what
Listen,
it is.
guys. Let's talk about entertainment, concert, and fun, because that's all Wolverhampton Wanderers are seeing, not from their own side. Yeah, because people turn up to Molineux to have a show. That's what they do. They turn up to Molineux to have a show. And did you see the show that Mr. Cole Palmer put on there? Did you see the show that Chelsea put on there at Wolves? Oscar, take it away. Your boy got the hat trick.
CP, man. There's not much to say. Like,
oh, by the way, talk about this trademark very, very briefly. Talk about.
He trademarked it. He trademarked that the ice cold thing. I was like, oh, okay.
I don't know if he trademarked that.
That is the logo, or whatever. The logo is a bit.
Yeah, he made a logo. He's obviously creating a brand of some sort. So he trademarked CP, and then he still does that. But Morgan Rogers still does it also. So
pay royalties. He's not scoring, though.
I don't know what the trademark would be for. Maybe it's like you can't sell product with it because you can't stop playing.
Yeah, I think it's like that. I think like people can do it, but they can't make money.
Yeah,
that'd be cool though. Imagine trademarking your own celebration. That's
crazy behavior. Crazy behavior.
That's it.
Did you hear Jens Lehmann's trademarked Invincibles? It's ridiculous. That's why Arsenal can't use it.
I remember that.
Hey, Peter.
That's crazy.
He's a very bitter old man, Jens Lehmann. He must be miserable. Yeah.
He's a lunatic.
But apparently, he wore the same gloves for all 49 games.
Anyway.
I would, man. I would.
He punched up his own centre half. When he was Dortmund manager, he punched up his own centre half.
The same thing as
I think he trademarked the Invincibles for himself. You know what does he think he is?
You know the whole thing about Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney?
Like
how Paul McCartney was like teaching Michael Jackson about how to own masters and all that stuff. And then Michael Jackson went around and then bought the Beatles catalogue.
Yeah. Have you heard the story of this?
You're a criminal.
This story is brilliant. He's
a smooth criminal.
Because Michael Jackson, but the thing is, the story is brilliant. Michael Jackson asks, like, how much would it be to buy your masters? And he was like, oh, you can never buy my masters. You know, like, you can never do it. You know, like in conversation. And it's like, it would have to take, like, I don't know, 600 million. Like, that would be the figure I'd probably, like, sell it at. Man turned up the next day with 600 million and bought it. So here it is.
Yeah, but he didn't buy it from him.
Obviously not from him per se, but as in
he bought half of Sonny's catalogue.
Yeah, he made a company and then bought the Beatles catalogue for that company. So basically, the Beatles never wanted to put their stuff in like adverts and all over the place. And Michael said, and I think because Paul McCartney was trying to think about how to make investments, how to make money. So Michael took that and said, oh, yours is available, isn't it? Okay, cool. And we're gonna buy it, and he put their songs and everything has been making money. I think, and then Paul McCartney apparently was like, "Oh, I'm friends with Michael. I can then go and buy it off him." Michael's like, "No, it's business."
business.
Sorry.
Listen, he's the greatest of all time.
MJ is a genius. They tag him like he isn't a money man. He's not a money man. Like he's actually not. He was horrible with his money. He's
the greatest of all time.
He bought a theme park for crying out loud. He does that.
How do you own the Beatles catalogue and you die in debt? Explain that. He's a money man that was trying to do 50 dates at the O2 Arena.
Why do you think he needed 50 back to back, bro? He had to rise that P.
This guy couldn't even go to the
toilet. And guess what? He sold out. He sold out all 50.
Sold out.
Well, he popped his clothes before the tour could even start. Some peak it was.
This guy couldn't even go to the toilet at night.
I know it wasn't that long ago, yeah, because it was like his tour was what, like 08, 09 sort of thing.
09.
Yeah. 09.
So like back then, were they doing? Were you buying tickets online or were people phoning up?
Because no,
it was online.
Do you know Audrey from the Receipts?
Yeah.
Because she's a massive MJ fan. She said she went and she queued for that. So
yeah, so did I.
Oh yeah. You probably have to look at the ticket office.
People went to queue.
Yeah, for Michael Jackson.
Oscar, do you remember Oscar?
Michael Jackson said, "This is it." I took it very seriously.
People were flying in from Toronto.
I took it very
You know what?
seriously.
I'm not even shocked and surprised at all of that. I just think it's funny how life has changed. Like in the 90s and the 80s,
True, you know.
people were queuing and phoning up phone lines to get tickets for a concert. That's crazy.
No. Hey, Oscar. People were queuing for listening parties. You'd have a queue the block long to listen to some Billy Ocean. Are you kidding me? Yeah, man.
It was so simple, man. Hey,
Crazy. Madness. It's cold and I'm listening to Billy Ocean.
I never had to really worry about not being able to see my favorite artists. Like I was very worried about it. Now I'm fighting with people who don't know her music because they want to be annoying. Anyway, back to football.
You had to fight. All my life I had to fight. And I had to fight for the ratings of Cole Palmer. Another hat trick, guys. Guys, is there anything more to be said about this guy? Because let me tell you one thing. One thing for sure, two things for certain. When you guys got that notification on your phone, yeah, when it was 4:15, and you looked at your phone, you said, "Right, Chelsea 3-0 up. Cole Palmer hat trick in 30 minutes." Who of you were surprised?
Not surprised.
Peter, you're muted.
I didn't get the notification, but when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, Cole Palmer scored."
I was surprised.
Cole Palmer hattie. Why? Because this is the fourth time he's done it in 2 years. Why are you surprised?
Because he's not going to score again for the rest of the season, is he? Is he going to score again for the rest of the season?
He's going to milk the inflated numbers.
Is he going to milk? He's going to milk the hat trick from now to April?
Why people can be surprised? Because from Chelsea fans, not from rivals, from Chelsea fans, they were screaming, "Stop playing him unless he's fit." So anyone who's been like, "Oh, he scored a hat trick," fair enough. People can be surprised because they assume your fans specifically, not the rivals. Your fans are on him.
I wasn't surprised because it's Wolves.
Chelsea usually have a good time.
You can only be surprised if you're not paying attention. In Cole Palmer's first Premier League season for Chelsea, he scored 22 league goals. In his second season, when they said he had a bad season, he scored 15 league goals. Currently, right now, he has 7 Premier League goals in February in a season where he has been riddled with injuries and barely played. Cole Palmer is exactly who we say he is. So there's a lot to say about Chelsea, but not Cole.
Yeah, but again,
Oscar, when are you going to cut the crap?
The point is, it wasn't rivals talking about him specifically. Rivals always go talk about players. Rivals do. Everyone talks about everyone. But but like I just said, every rival talks about everyone's best player. That's not the point.
Yeah.
The point is, it was your fans who were caps locking all up and down social media about how stop playing him. He's not fit. He's crap this season.
Can I be honest with you? I've never once seen a Chelsea fan say stop playing Cole Palmer. I've never seen that in my life. I've seen people criticize where he's playing and his form. I've not seen anyone talk about.
I have seen it, and that's the reason
Chelsea ain't doing nothing without Cole Palmer. We're not doing anything without.
We agree. But my point is,
we're not doing nothing with him, to be fair. But
this season is what people are talking about, not about his in general play, because we know what he is. But the fact of the matter is, I have seen enough people talk about him and how he's played when he's fit and when he's not fit this season. And I have actively seen multiple people say, stop playing him if he's not fit. That's why I'm saying why it's understandable why people would be like, oh, he's got a hat trick, fair enough, because literally the game before, people were screaming about him.
Well, I mean, those that were shocked, you are shocked. I'm not shocked.
Oscar, get used to it though, because this is the last season you'll have him at your football club. So drink it. He's getting bought in the summer.
To where?
He's gonna get bought in the summer.
To who? To where? How?
I'm not too sure, but here's a couple of things I'm thinking.
You're not sure of anything.
Number one, depending on how Man United get on, just watch that space over there. Just keep an eye on it. Is all
I've heard the homesick rumours. I don't know how true they are.
Keep one eyelid open on there. But your Barcelona's, they'll have a peek. They'll have a look. Your Real Madrid will have a look. People are going to have a look. Bayern Munich, they'll have a look.
The thing is, I hear you if he didn't sound like a 10,000-year contract.
But that's what Chelsea wanted. They bought Palmer knowing that if we sell him, we're going to sell him for double the price.
Yeah, but I hear that they did that with everyone. But I feel like it's not the same thing as do that with like a Neto. Yeah, I mean, they're going to spend 80 million and they're going to give him 300 grand a week. Put it this way, I don't think unless like I said, I think I saw the rumors that it's Twitter, so I ignore it most of the time. Like, I don't trust all the case. But I think unless Man United or Man City are back in for him, and unless they're getting like over 100 something, whatever,
No, it's 100. It's 100 million.
Minimum.
Would anyone do that based off the injuries?
Trust me, I would not be surprised if Man United did.
I don't know if I see it happening this summer, is what I'm saying.
Guys, Chelsea are not going to sell Cole Palmer to Manchester United.
This is what I'm
Watch
saying.
the space. Watch the space. Watch this.
You guys have lost your minds.
Oscar, your club is a business. The fact that they can double that return. Thank you very much.
But the fact that they're a business is exactly why they wouldn't do that.
That's also the only reason why I can only like 5%.
Yeah, that's bad business. Very bad business.
5% here is that if a club literally does say, I'm gonna give you 180, wouldn't you know what I mean, money for him. I don't
think the money will be that dumb.
I would be shocked if Chelsea sell him.
I don't think it'll be that dumb. The money. I think 80 and then upwards. I think from 80 upwards they'll sell
They're
it.
not selling him for less than 100 mil. Let's be serious here.
We're not selling for less than 100.
You know what it will be? It'll be 100 million euro. It'll be like 100 million euro. So like 87 million pounds.
Chelsea are a business, but that would be dumb business to sell him for less than 100.
Bad business.
It wouldn't be that dumb because they bought him for 40 million. So the fact that if they made it double,
it would be dumb to
It's
devalue.
It's the one few bits of quality they've got left. You don't sell them.
Chelsea is a churning business.
Nah, at some point, football.
My only issue with Cole
They're
is
MLS.
literally his availability. That's my only issue with him.
Is
He's been
that hard?
there this season.
Oscar can tell us, is this like his first injury pro season, or has
Yeah, I was
he
gonna
been?
say, sure.
It's 200.
Yeah, no, he's got like a groin problem that seems a bit chronic. Even after the game, he came out and said it's frustrating because I don't even know. He said so candid in the interview. He said I don't even know what I can actually do when I'm stepping out on a football pitch. So a lot of his agility and his movement is kind of stifled.
He could just be firming it for the World Cup. Be like, let me just firm it.
He is. Hey, that's exactly what's happening. He's firming this because he wants to play for England in the World Cup, and I think the main threat for Cole Palmer is that injury turns into something big to the point where he can't play, and he has almost like a Mason Mount thing.
It can be sort of
it
like,
just gets bigger.
I can relate it to again in the women's game. Lucy Bronze, she played with a broken leg.
A broken what?
She played with like a broken leg in the Euros, and then now.
Is that metaphor? Are you being serious?
No, legit.
Yeah.
Well, we won it. But then obviously, and the kind of residuals are now kind of coming through the season of like, well, yeah.
Anything else before this?
Yeah, no, I was trying to ask Adrian because in the group chat, he said that for a top player, nobody gets away with more than Cole Palmer, and I wanted to understand what you meant by that because it didn't make sense to me.
Flipping out.
Right. Do you know when this started? No. Oscar's asked a question, so I do the answer he's looking for.
Can it end where it started?
Oscar, I can't remember who Chelsea played. Cole Palmer scored a goal. Oscar said something like, business as normal, or Palmer's cash money. All I simply asked is, how many times has he withdrawn? I got abused, but guess what Oscar didn't do? Oscar didn't actually tell me how many goals did Cole Palmer score the whole of last year.
I don't know the calendar year figures. I told you what he did season by season.
Okay, that's fine. So, but you know what? I'm not even being PC. The guy's a stat padding penalty merchant. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of he can be bang average, he can be below average, he can literally ghost in big games, like we saw at the Etihad, where he does sweet FA. It's like you're playing with 10 men, offers absolutely nothing. Offensively or defensively, right? He'll pop up with a hat-trick against the worst team in the league, and all of a sudden he's back in the debates. I'm sick and tired of it. 2 penalties. And fair play, a decent finish from a cutback. Well, you want me to go on my knees for him? No.
It's 2 pens.
No one told you.
Pause.
No one told you to
No pause. No pause. That's what Oscar wants. No, I'm cooking. Let me cook.
We just need standard acknowledgement. Why, in his worst season for Chelsea, Cole Palmer has been injured for majority of it, has barely played this season, has 7 Premier League goals.
How many penalties?
Do you think that is?
How many penalties?
I don't know. He got 2 this week. Maybe there's another one in there. I don't know.
So that's what four to play goals, and we'll actually wax lyrical for this guy.
Are Chelsea the only one who gets penalties? Are we the only team in the league that gets penalties?
For me, it's the proportion.
Hold on. Before this week, we removed the hat trick, that you don't want to rate because it's Cole Palmer's penalties. Fair enough. Before this week, Cole Palmer had 4 Premier League goals. Do you know who else has 4 Premier League goals this season?
Here we go. You're disgraced.
Salah.
Do you know what Oscar does? When Oscar's losing a debate, we'll go east.
Yeah. Oscar does that. Yeah, he does that.
Because what? I do what?
You move the goalpost.
We're talking about Cole Palmer.
You start attacking our players.
He's making a comparison to another player, but in fairness, to add to that
comparison. Okay, Lola.
Hold on, let me say something quickly. Because what I was going to say is he's making a comparison, but also the comparison could also be like Salah's been getting flamed all season for it.
No. Do you want to hear a comparison?
Go on.
In one season, Mo Salah, in his first season, scored the same amount of goals as Cole Palmer has in his Chelsea career. So don't you dare mention Mo Salah again. It is
number one.
He scored 44 goals.
Cole Palmer has 51 goals for Chelsea, so welcome. Now, when it comes to Mohamed Salah, you said top player. I'm saying Palmer. I'm comparing him to the other top players, and you complain that he's scoring penalties. Is Salah not a penalty taker? Is Bukayo Saka not a penalty taker? These are the guys who he's banned for ban with when it comes to numbers.
He's not banned for ban, bro. The proportion of goals Cole Palmer scores from the spot. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this very good question, right?
More penalties than everyone else.
Let me ask you this very good question. Why should Cole Palmer start for England ahead of anyone else? Don't worry, I'll wait.
That's a completely different question. But I'll tell you why Cole Palmer. You want to talk about moving the goalpost? That's a completely different argument.
No. What does he offer? What's he good at? Go on. What does he do better than anyone else?
He's England's best creator. He's the most creative player that England have. Yes. He's the best eye for a pass and goal threat in the same vein in one player. In terms of a number 10, I don't think we have anybody that offers what he offers. I think if Tuchel wants to go with Bellingham and Rodgers, I think they're a lot more. They're drivers. They're more agile in that particular sense. But when it comes to Cole Palmer, when the chips are down and you needed a goal in a Euro semi-final, you brought on Cole Palmer and he got you assist. When you needed a goal in the final, you brought on Cole Palmer and he got you a goal because he's a goal threat and he's a creative maverick. And if you want to sit here and talk to me about, Cole Palmer doesn't turn up in big games because you mentioned the Etihad, I just mentioned 2 top-tier games. I can also mention a Club World Cup against PSG. He also scored, one of the goals he scored from open play, by the way, was against Bayern Munich this season in the Champions League. So this whole big game thing that you've just invented is complete nonsense. Palmer is a big game player, so I don't want to hear none of that. All the things you can talk about.
Can I tell you why Cole Palmer has 7 Premier League goals this season?
Go on.
4 of them are penalties.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Back it now.
That's great. We don't penalties. Are we the only team that gets penalties? I don't understand. Are you guys not getting penalties?
You said why has he got 7? You said why has he got 7? I'm just giving you the answer. 4 of which are penalties.
That doesn't answer my question because Salah is Liverpool's penalty taker. Saka is Arsenal's penalty taker, and he has more goals than both of them. So it doesn't answer my question.
Depends.
Yeah, it depends. For Arsenal, it depends. And you know it does.
Okay.
You know it does.
Saka is your number 1.
Is it? I'm sure I saw Gyökeres take a penalty when Saka was there. I'm sure I saw it.
Well, tell that to him.
I'm sure you saw Odegaard take a lot of penalties.
Don't ask me why Palmer's scoring his.
He left.
That was
Hold on.
This is just fun.
This is funny.
Cool.
Palmer.
No, but one thing I will say, I think you're kind of smart and slick in the manner in which you spoke about the big games thing. Not denying how quick, because I do think.
Here we go. Yes. Get it, Lola.
But my argument is, we all know when we're talking about Prem, what we mean by big games or big teams. And the whole
Okay.
whether or not I agree or disagree with it about Palmer's ability to show up in big games. You know the game I'm talking about. You talked about a Club World Cup which no one else was in.
Oh, the team that won the Champions League and knocked both your teams out of the Champions League.
The point is very simple. We're saying when people mention big games, they're not talking about you because you know what we're talking about. Because whenever people they'll show Etihad, they'll show Arsenal, they'll show Chelsea, they'll show Spurs, they'll show Man United, and they'll talk about that. And you know this. This is why people are talking about it. They're not talking about
So Champions League against Bayern Munich, not a big game. Club World Cup, not a big game.
Say that.
So what are you saying then? I'm telling you they're big games.
Because the difference, because you know that's why you didn't mention the other teams that we're talking about. Why you mentioned them?
Let's go for the other teams then. Because he scored against Arsenal at Stamford Bridge. He scored against Manchester United at Stamford Bridge. So,
Why didn't you mention it?
I'm mentioning it now. I mentioned the four most recent. I mentioned Bayern Munich from this season. I mentioned
the games that you talk about, because I genuinely can't remember. So the games that you mentioned this season against Man United and was that this season?
No. Those are prior. I'm talking about Cole Palmer now. Those are prior.
Yeah, but if it didn't happen this season, then why are you talking about he scored against?
If you Bayern Munich from this season,
but my point was when you know people talking about big games, they talk about Saka in a big game or Salah in a big game, or who's the ones for Man United? I'm not being rude. I'm generally asking. Bruno in a big game, yeah, because that's when we.
I can't lie.
Hold on. Did Palmer play when we played Arsenal at Stamford Bridge? No,
he never plays.
He
never plays against Arsenal.
Did Palmer play when we played Liverpool?
Arsenal.
No. Did Palmer play when we played Man City? No. He wasn't. He's injured this season, and he still has 7 Premier League goals. Why are we talking about Cole Palmer?
Because he's got. He's got 4 penalties.
I can't lie. Cole Palmer's a fantastic player.
Yeah,
no one's saying
I'm more like, why are we questioning this?
I'm not questioning. My point is the same way.
Adrian definitely is.
Adrian's vexed.
Yeah, Adrian definitely is questioning him.
That's why it's funny. Normal seasons where Saka's had similar seasons, but they'll bring up certain games, or Bruno have had numbers-wise similar seasons to Palmer. They'll bring up the fact that they have these numbers, but where were they in certain games? That's all I'm making a point about. Not about saying how playing against PSG in the Football Cup is not important. But the fact of the matter is, when people bring up these, when they talk about how each team's star guys are in certain big games in the league, they bring up. So I'm just saying you can't.
I think Palmer in big games is 30, bro. We did a Conference League final. He basically won us the thing with 2 assists. Like
Conference League final. All right, let's move on. Let's move on.
Conference
League final.
Adrian had the nerve to ask me, how's Palmer getting in the England team when the last time England went to a semi and final, Palmer delivered?
That was crazy.
Okay, so hold on. So Cole Palmer's a better footballer than both Morgan Rogers and Jude Bellingham. Okay.
What have them man done in finals for England?
All right.
What have them man done?
All right, guys. All right. Let's go elsewhere. Fantastic debate. Great debate. Fantastic debate. Chelsea got the 3 points. We move it along. Cole Palmer with the hat trick hero.
Yeah.
Indeed. Let's go to the other games of the week. Yep.
Did Chelsea get top 4?
Are they what?
No, they're fifth at the moment.
To Oscar, does he think they're getting?
I don't know. At this point,
top 5 is gonna be open again as it goes. So yeah,
I was very confident, but a new player has entered the game, and I wasn't aware of their capabilities until a few weeks ago. But this Carrick Hive, these Carrick boys, I don't know.
This one game a week is actually helping, and I know it's like, okay, so it's actually doing
term, yeah.
Do you know what the issue is? It's because we've got this stupid haircut guy, and he's funny. But we have to end this. This gimmick needs to end tomorrow.
The game right end. Tomorrow's the day to make it end. Tomorrow's the day.
You need to cut that mop.
It's a fantastic storyline. It will be remembered, but it needs to end.
If you win, he needs to go to. They need to allow him to go to the middle of Old Trafford, shave it in the middle.
Old Trafford. We will make it a whole thing.
It's
exactly.
Man United being in this conversation, as Oscar said, it's what we call throwing the cat amongst the pigeons. That's exactly what that is. That's exactly what that was. Elsewhere in the Prem, when Friday night football, we saw Leeds beat Sean Dyche, Nottingham Forest. They can't. What are Forest doing? What are they waiting for?
I told you, Peter.
What did you tell me?
I said, as long as Forest is up, he will be here until the end of the season.
What do you mean up? They are losing.
So they're outside the relegation. They're not in the relegation zone. And...
Do you know why they're not in the relegation zone?
But divided to victions.
What do you mean?
Imagine West Ham make it out. Imagine West Ham make it out with Forest.
No. He will be there. His job is
Robin, they lost 3-1 and you said, yeah, I told you, Peter.
No. Because Peter's saying, my response is Peter's saying, like, why is he in the job? His job is very simple, to keep Forest up. So that's why he'll be there until the end of the season.
They're sinking, Robin. They're sinking.
No, I hear that. I hear that. They will not fire him until the end of the season. They won't.
What, when they're down?
Yeah, they're down or they stay up. They won't get rid of him.
Peter, I hear him because things are too volatile to like. It's one of those things where it's so volatile where it's like they could make a change and it could work, but it could also make it way worse.
No, Lola, they can't do it. They can't get it worse 3 times in the same season.
Oh, sure,
because they got it wrong with. They got it wrong.
You have to do it 3 times. It can get worse. If you get 4, it can 100% get worse.
It can. The thing is, the fact that they sacked Nuno. That was the first mistake. The second mistake is that they recruited Postecoglou. The third mistake is that they recruited Sean Dyche. Guys, they have to pull the trigger. They have to pull the trigger. You have to go and go again. Go get somebody else to get you 4 wins between now and the end of the season, and then you're safe. Sean Dyche is not the one.
4 wins.
Sorry?
I'm saying surely, but I can't guarantee.
Sean Dyche ain't getting 4 wins out of this lot. Oh.
You know what it is?
Have you seen him in Europe?
The thing is, I really want West Ham. I want West Ham relegated, yeah. But it would be hilarious if they don't get relegated and Nuno stays up and then they go down.
Lola,
I need West Ham gone. I need both of them gone.
The further they go into the Europa League, they're going down. People are not watching this.
They got a pick. It sucks, but they got a pick.
I watched the worst game I've ever seen in my life. I kid you not, it was Nottingham Forest versus Braga away
at Braga. Oh my god!
It put me to. It was awful.
It was hell on earth.
It was so diabolical. I couldn't believe it.
Europa League game.
It was bad. No, it was really bad.
So bad. It was poor. It was really bad.
It stops people from the Champions League dropping into Europa League. The quality is not a business. I'll take it back though.
Whoa.
Whoa. Stop doing that.
I'll take it back though. In terms of like, I would watch Lyon because I want to watch Endrick. So them I'd watch. But other than that, the Europa League is not my business.
No, fair dues. Listen, Sean Dyche is going down. Losing away 3-1 away at Leeds. You're getting packed.
There's no, yeah. I'm sorry. That's
you know my stance. We need to reduce the Premier League to 18.
No, Robin. You back man like Dyche. You back man like Burnley. You love Burnley.
Burnley's a meme. Burnley's a meme. I don't back Dyche. When have I said Sean that? When? Since when?
You haven't called him out. You haven't called him out for his nonsense.
I told you.
You know them ones there. You know, like if you don't stand up for racism, if you don't speak up against racism, you're part of it. That's
Robert's an enabler for bad football. Robert's an enabler for time.
Listen, I told you the facts. Forest won't fire him. That's
because but Robin, I've seen you attack people that are not even in your vicinity because of how woeful they are, and I hear it. But you've not said a word about Sean Dyche. You've not said a word about Sean Dyche.
Peter, I agree with you. He should be let go. All that stuff.
Call it out then. Call it out. Your first sentence after, like Oscar said, I said Leeds 3, Forest 1. You said Peter, I told you. Call it out.
No. Don't. Let's rewind. I'm not saying that's
what you meant.
No, because you said Leeds 3, Forest 1. What is Sean Dyche doing here still? That's when I said.
Then he said I told you.
Yeah, that's what I said. So let's keep it. Let's keep it for your honor. Let's keep it for the court.
Okay, for the court. Yeah. Let's ask another one of your defendants, right? Unai Emery's Aston Villa.
Oh, brilliant segue. Brilliant segue.
No, come forward, guys. No, come forward because I'm a hater for Emery. Apparently, come forward.
No, so this is big hate. This is massive hate, man.
Pete, come on. What do you want us to say here? Tough result.
Bro, he's third in the league.
They drew one all away at Bournemouth.
Bad result.
That goal was shameless.
And guys, Villa's sliding.
That equalizer conceded. Digne, yeah, he should be sacked immediately. That was disgusting.
Yeah.
It
was nasty work.
That's disgraceful. But yeah,
that is the
that work.
The whole everything, yeah.
We should check his account, mate. What kind of defending is that?
Villa has got injuries, they're sliding, but also it's the point of a lot of people have been saying more so after fans, like, this is kind of what Emery does. He will always have a very good run of form. He's a good manager. He's won trophies. Of course, he's good.
Yeah.
But we know how it works.
We know how it ends.
Right.
We know how it ends. No, and this is the thing. For 4 years straight at Villa, was it 3.5 years straight? Look how it ends. Just remember how it ends.
Because we're 3 points behind them. Chelsea are 4. It's just like, bro, you can fall out very quickly.
Bro, last season, Villa should be in the Champions League, guys.
Chelsea, have you played?
They should be.
Remember that game, though, man.
They went to Old Trafford and got pumped.
Chelsea, has Chelsea played Villa twice yet?
No, we played Villa once.
Okay,
yeah,
so then
and also we've only played Villa once.
So you've got Chelsea and Man United, who are basically 6 pointers there, where they can't afford, if they want to stay in that top 4, Villa have to beat both of them.
After Chelsea go away to Arsenal for March the 1st, they go away to Villa 4th of March.
They go away to Villa 4th of March, Wednesday. Nasty.
That's nasty.
Anyway, that happened. So yeah, but Bournemouth won, Villa won. What else? Burnley 0, West Ham 2. See you later, Burnley. See you later, ciao, amigos.
Yeah, that Burnley one.
Burnley. Until next time. Until next time.
If West Ham come to your ground, get a clean sheet. And number 2 scored twice, get 3 points. See you later.
Yeah, you're not doing it. Fight for your colours.
But to be honest, I think teams like Burnley is Robin's point, man. They're here for a jolly up. They're not serious. They don't want to be a Prem team.
Burnley aren't bad enough to work. They're just kind of nothing. They're just nothing.
Yeah, I mean, different. I don't hate them. I don't like them. Yeah, they're just there.
We didn't speak on this because we're too busy talking about Chelsea. But Wolves manager is Rob Edwards.
How did he manage that?
Like, they are never gonna survive relegation with him as your manager. It's
Oscar,
never gonna happen. What were they thinking?
No, Oscar, I think he hit the nail on the head. Because Oscar, I'm gonna tell you 3 things they done. They appointed Rob Edwards, right? They've sold their best striker, Strand Larsen. and then guess what? They replaced him with the Championship Haaland, Adam Armstrong. Oscar, Wolves had no intention of staying up this season. The penny will drop. Wolves had no intention. They didn't. Staying up isn't even a possibility. They didn't. They can't even fathom staying up. All of these moves, Edwards, selling Strand Larsen, bringing in Adam Armstrong. They're ready for Barnsley.
Yeah, they're
ready for Barnsley.
My opinion on Palace buying Larsen is neither here nor there. But he was Wolves' main striker, and you sold him. Yeah, they were fine. They know they're going down. That's
it's fair. The 50 million quid, you snapped their arm off, though. In fairness, but
they paid money for him. But like, they're definitely going down if they went before.
Yeah. They don't want to stay up.
Burnley are like Jim Jones after Dipset. I don't think that's fair to Jim Jones.
Nah, it's irrelevant. I mean, just irrelevant. Fulham 1, Everton 2. Last minute, mate. Everton come from behind.
I messaged in the group chat. I said, when were Everton like 7th one at the time? I think they're 8th now. But I was like, Everton. They have quietly climbed up. But breaking news, Jack Grealish is out for the rest of the season.
What one?
That's peak.
Fractured foot.
Oh.
Is it like
that's tough?
Yeah, possibly out the World Cup as well.
He wasn't going though.
I was gonna say he went going.
Super Jackie Grealish.
Super Jackie Grealish. And what's it? Newcastle 2, Brentford 3. My giddy aunt.
Let's speak about your man, Pete. But anyhow, what's happening here? What is happening here?
Edward Howe, yeah?
Edward.
Listen, he's not performing well.
Yeah, no, call it out. No, Pete is a fair man. He's a fair man. He's going to call it out.
He's not performing well. Did you see his press conference, guys?
Yeah.
Did anyone catch it? He said, "Look, you know, I got to have a hard look at myself. I got to question my. And then he said he stopped himself. He said, I got to question my effort. Then he said, no. In fact, no, effort. I can't question my effort. My effort has been 100%. But you know, I've got to change. I've got to change my ways. I've got to really, dig deep and really think. And I was like, wait a damn minute. This is not another one of these press conferences where I see tomorrow he's then sacked. I don't want to see this. Not Eddie Howe, please no.
Not Eddie Howe, man.
Big Newcastle who think they're bigger than their riches. How much they spent? How much in the summer? Who they bring in? And this is what it is.
No.
Yeah,
I was called a madman. I said
me.
I was called crazy.
What did you say? Let me hear this.
I said they gave me all of this. Oh, we can't spend PSR, blah blah. You spent nonsense. Nonsense is what they did.
Right, guys. Let me park it here. If you genuinely, no, listen to this. If a manager, right, wins Newcastle their first trophy in what, 69 years, number one, right? If he picks Newcastle were rock bottom of the league table, right? When Eddie Howe found them. Now listen to this, right? Off the back of that, he's gotten Europe 2 years out of 3. The third year's got Europe. Guess what? You give me Nick. Bear in mind, right? And let's call out Alexander Isak and all of this. That was a disgrace. And I'm a Liverpool fan. Calling it out. On what planet can your marquee striker just refuse to turn up? He absconded and he was killing in San Sebastian when we're in the training top.
Yeah, but 3 times.
Yeah, but
that's crazy.
Adrian, I hear all of that. But
what gives you the authority?
No. But what gives you the right mind to spend 60 million on Wissa? What gives you the right mind to spend 55 million on Ansi Alanga?
Guys, they had no choice.
No, they did.
They had choice.
They had no choice. They were. You saw their shopping list.
No, I don't care.
They went to Waitrose and they ended up coming out of Lidl. They had no choice.
Do you know what happened? Because I'm not hearing that. Do you know what happened? Same thing with some Villa and some West Ham. All these men who just had to get a bit of funding in the last few years. They thought they were hot stuff, and rather than going slightly above them, they decided to go because they were from this. And by the way, let me put this context. I think Morrison's is the worst supermarket in the world, right? So let's put the context right out there. Disagree with it.
Why are they so bad?
We'll talk about it later. This context, what I'm saying. To me, Morrison's is the worst, right? So like. Newcastle were Morrison's. So rather than going from a Morrison's to like an Iceland or even reaching for the stars to go to a Tesco, they decided, we got a bit of money. Let's go from being Morrison's straight up to go to Waitrose. And they realized, we can't do that. So they said because their eyes were too big for the something was too big for the eyes, they then decided realized it hit them and they realized, we can't actually get that. So then it kind of made things worse. They spent so much time shopping where they couldn't afford. They
can't afford it. They're the richest club in the world.
Rather than building the infrastructure to actually have the scout, because it's not like it's the first season, to have the infrastructure to scout properly. To actually get people. They spent stupid money on Alanga, who we know is not that good.
Yep.
They spent big money or whatever on and had a battle with Wissa, who I think is fine, but whatever, the money was too much for him. Then they had kind of meh. And it's like, I'm not hearing sadness. PSR, this. Shut up.
They spent, man. They spent.
I can rate you for that.
Well,
one thing I can give Radio, you won Newcastle trophy. No one can take that away from him. But and it's always been the same with him. He's not the level that people think he is. He just did something great. But his level is what it is. And he spent. And the thing is, I don't like this thing where people want to pretend like he has no say in the people they bring. He's been hand given something here, and he didn't pick Alanga. He didn't choose. You picked this man, I know, because people you like. I see people you play that you like. So Alanga was definitely his option. I know for a fact he loves that kind of player, and he's just not good.
It just wasn't his first option, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, but the thing is, his first was probably someone like got money and I could get Neymar. So what? If first Neymar, you're not getting Langa. I'm not giving rates for that. You went too high up. Your level.
And the thing is, Adrian, my anger's more. It's not even Eddie Howe. If you my anger's more at. Why am I hearing myself? Yo, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you're bugging.
Yeah, you're
Oscar,
bugging.
I can see it from Oscar's mic because when you were talking, Oscar's one kept referencing. So yeah, hold that, Oscar. Hold that.
Anywho, my anger's not at Eddie Howe because I think he's done a fantastic job. It's more Newcastle. I don't.
He's allowed a year off. He's allowed a year off. Okay.
Do you know what he's allowed? He's allowed a year off to go.
Yeah.
Lola. Show some respect. Show some respect.
No. Just be honest. Just take away your personal feelings for this guy, right? And his style of football and everything. Be honest. Be honest. Is a window of Nick Walter-Marda, Johan Wissa, right?
Keep going.
Jacob Ramsey, who, by the way, if you look at that Jacob Ramsey deal, didn't you know what Newcastle done? Called up agents. They went through the list. They went through AFC Bournemouth. Who's available there? No one. Went to Arsenal. Who's there? Sambi Lukonga or Vieira? No. Then they went to Villa. Oh, what? Jacob Ramsey? What? You want to send for PSR? Okay, we'll bring him in, right? And then who's the fourth? And then Anthony Elanga. No, let's be fair. Is that window Eddie Howe's just dessert? And don't get me wrong, I get he's got sort of saying these things, but guess what? Jurgen Klopp wanted to sign Julian Brandt instead of Mo Salah. At some point, there needs to be infrastructure at Newcastle to say, no, right. These are the profiles we need. This is the list we pick from. We go and we improve that squad. Because this what Newcastle done. Newcastle won Champions League and their squad decreased. They lost Isak and they signed a bunch of mediocre Premier League players, mediocre players. I think it's harsh.
What position is Newcastle?
It's been an awful season because they recruited poorly.
What position are they in the league? What position are they in?
I'll be honest with you, I can't even look that far. Is it like 13th?
Where Newcastle?
Like 13th? I don't know.
Because you can tell me whether or not the players they brought in my opinion, where I can slightly agree with you, is are they good enough for top 4? No. But it's also because Arsenal were better than beforehand. City were better than beforehand. Liverpool were better than beforehand. Chelsea were better than beforehand. So they were never actually the players. Their aim was always going to be to fight together rather than being a right to get in there. Next to that point is players they brought in my opinion, whether I rate people like Elanga off, what they've got and how they've played and the comfortability and the chemistry and all that stuff and the people that you gassed up and adding Jolinton, not just us into this, have been there. No one they brought in should excuse them being below the bottom half of the table. They should be, where, for example, Brentford. That's
where Eddie Howe comes into it because he's been bad. He's been a bad coach this year. He has. There's no escaping that. He has been a bad coach.
That window they brought good enough for. It's not, but they're good enough to be better than they are, and they're not. So, like I said, you man and whatever. You bought what you wanted. You put someone in there, hold it in it, and hope you get fired.
I have zero.
Right, let's wrap.
From Newcastle.
Final point. I promise. Final point. I just think Eddie Howe should be afforded the opportunity to kick on. He's punched above his weight for 3 or 4 years now. Let him just sign him some decent players and let him kick on. That's all I'll say.
I agree. Brighton 0, Crystal Palace 1 was the final one there. Palace finally getting a win. Their first win since 11th December.
They needed that.
They needed that.
Let's
11th of December,
brother.
It's February now.
It's been a minute.
What was your long week? It's a long time, bro.
That's Christmas pile up as well.
Goal of the week is Dominik Szoboszlai.
Yeah, Dominik Szoboszlai.
That's peach.
Outrageous. Szoboszlai, fantastic. No joke, no doubt about that.
Player
of the week.
That side.
Player of the week.
Player of the week. Adrian, who's your player of the week?
I know who my player of the week is.
What are your mind games?
Victor Luque.
You know what? No, fair enough. Cole Palmer. Look, I'm a man. Look, I'm not a tyrant. I'm a fair man. Okay, fine. I mean, two penalties.
Pick who you want, Adrian. Just pick who you want. No one's actually doing. Well, us,
It's a democracy. It's a democracy.
I'm not. Pick who you want.
asked him who his player of the week is. I didn't tell him to say anything.
No,
Okay, let's go. Let's go. Everyone else, who's your player of the week?
Mark Gahey.
Yeah, I hear that still. I hear that. Man of the match. I hear that still. Robin?
Hold on.
It's Cole Palmer.
No. We're voting. Shut up.
This guy.
It's a democracy.
It's Cole Palmer.
Lola?
Wait, Robert. Actually, sorry, yeah.
Who?
Martinelli.
Oh, Gabriel Martinelli. And I've gone for Victor Gyökeres. Guys, it's a draw all across the
No,
board.
Oscar's not voted. Oscar's not voted.
Of course, the player who's got a hat trick this week is player of the week. It's Cole Palmer.
Peter's on a dictatorship thing. Actually, because he knows he won't like Oscar's answer.
He tried to abstain some votes.
No, shall I be honest with you?
Hey, Peter's a garbage.
You call him a 70. Flip it out. Joyce, I completely crossed out that Robin even said a Chelsea player because I thought he said a United player. I just genuinely thought he was going to go default United.
Wow.
I don't know. It's bad of me. Bad play.
It's a separate conversation for another day, yeah. But the Bruno Fernandes revisionism I've seen in the past 4 weeks. Hey, whoa.
From who?
Man said PFA Player of the Year.
No.
I didn't say that.
Disgraceful.
Impossible.
I said break the assist record. That's what I said.
Yeah, I feel like we're hardcore about it.
Player of the year.
I didn't say player of the year.
You won't even get team of the year.
I will see it. Do you know what I saw? Do you know what I've seen in the last week from United? I've seen better than Lampard, better than Ozil.
Yeah.
He's up there with
better than Ozil.
He should get player of the season. I said,
Dan Coogs flipped his lid when he heard that.
You know my stance, and you can watch many clips on the Top 4 podcast. Man United fans are delusional, and I call them idiots. They're not. So, yeah. Listen, I love Bruno. I ain't going that far. I just said break the assist record. That's all I ask.
You're a fair man, Robin. You're a fair man.
Player of the week was Cole Palmer. Let's go with team of the week.
Oh,
is it City winning at Anfield?
I can't lie. Winning at Anfield is still.
Is it Brentford winning at St James's? 3
goals. I was going to go West Ham,
it's a big win. At West Ham.
West Ham?
6 points. 6
points.
Relegation 6 points.
I love his reaction. I love your reaction.
Unless they get out of the relegation zone. No.
For every Brentford fan out
there. Fair enough, Lola. That's a good barometer.
For every Brentford fan out there, if we let West Ham get team of the week over them, it's a scandal.
Everyone can.
City or Brentford. I can't work it out.
Routine.
You know, I'm a disgrace. Sorry, man.
Yeah, West Ham's a disgraceful act.
If I'm honest, it has to be Manchester City.
Probably.
Yeah.
It makes sense. But
But then again, Man United did beat Tottenham.
Yeah. The amount of times you've been saying it's Tottenham.
Yeah, but
that's why I thrown it in.
It wasn't team of the week worthy.
Yeah, it's the 10 men kind of takes.
It's kind of not.
That's the reason, yeah. That's the only reason. Oh, fair enough. Okay. All right.
Solid performance, though. Wow.
Team of the week is going to be Manchester City for sure.
Okay.
Who's got that guy this week? Listen, let's give a quick shout out to our sister out here, yeah, because I don't want to bury her, but yours and mine, any Aluko.
Can we before we chime in? Can we ask for Lola's opinion? Because I genuinely
of course.
We're genuinely curious because
obviously you are a fan of the women's game. And I want to know what you're
guys.
Lola's more than qualified.
I had time ago, so I didn't pay attention to that. I saw she was on the United's Babies podcast. I saw a bit how she was talking about the when she got called out. I said, I don't care, so I didn't watch it. I didn't listen to it. I don't know what she said.
I think she actually made a good point.
Yeah.
Contrary to popular belief.
I genuinely didn't watch it.
It's an interesting point. Okay, so she goes onto the 90s Baby podcast and she is talking about how Sky and not Sky, ITV and BBC did their broadcast panel for the Women's Euros. And she said that across both channels, there were 6 pundits, 4 of them were women's football, like players or ex-players. Like they had Emma Hayes, they had who do they have on there? The names are gone from me. They had Karen Carney and a few others.
Alan White.
It wasn't Farah. Yeah,
Ellen White Farah. Farah was her.
And then she said that she was watching the game in the stands with Farah Williams next to her. She's like, Farah Williams has like 170 caps for England. That's a crazy number. She has over 100 caps for England. And then she said, for ITV, the additional person they had was Ian Wright. And then she said for BBC, the additional person they had was Nedum Anua. And she was like, I don't even know if Nedum Anua has played for England before. But the fact that he was given the broadcasting job ahead of two women who had 100+ caps, she seemed to have an issue with it. And I think her issue is more that men are taking those roles. And she's called out Ian Wright again on this.
Called out is a strong word. Called out is a strong word.
I'm just saying, in what I said, the two people she named was Ian Wright and Nedum Anua, right?
Yeah. And then she called out Laura Woods as well. She called out Laura Woods later. She called out Laura Woods as well.
That's after. Laura Woods was just.
Laura Woods needs to hold it, by the way. She needs to sit down and hold it, bro. Anyway, go on.
But yeah, but her point was basically that, you know, how are you going to take spots away from women that are qualified to do this? And then the people that you're putting in place, you can even argue, are they even qualified? Like Nedum Anua, who never played for England at high level.
And if what you're saying is what actually happened, I hear her on everything bar the Ian Wright one. And Nedum 100%. I don't know why he was there. That one I can 100% hear. That was nonsense. Ian Wright, that the name needs to never exist in her mouth ever again. So talking about Ian Wright, Ian is actively in the women's space, in the clubs, in the everything from the grassroots, all over the place. It's podcast, and he's actively in there advocating and put the whole thing is mixed and it's majority women. The Nedum one, agree 100%. That was dumb, especially because he's not actually in the space. If it was another man who was actually in the space, I'd hear it. He's not.
Where are you with the whole idea of like, you know what? So like in the men's football, you get like, I don't know if you want to call them token gestures, but you get a female, maybe a commentator, co-commentator. You might get a black person in there or whatever else like that. In the women's game, we're having men obviously be part of like broadcast punditry, whatever. Are you one of those people who think, you know what? When it's the women's game, let the women have this bag. Let everything be women, whether it's commentators, punditry, presenters, the lot. And then in the same vein, like when it's the men's game, let the men have their thing. That's their bag. Or do you think there should be crisscross?
I think it's similar to life. It's way too double standard. And by that, I mean, like it or not, in just kind of life and fields and jobs and works, the balance has never been equal. So men have usually just kind of had everything, regardless of what it was. And women are on the backbone, if not, they're either not seen at all or whatever. So when women are go and end up being pundits for certain main games or they're commentators or whatever it was, I get it. Because it's like, yeah, in this field where people, all people of the world watch football, right? Regardless of gender, but you've kind of blocked out women the entire time. So you're slowly putting them in because it's whatever. Now, this is where my whole point about weight representation comes in. I would personally say have the women's game just be women, purely because you have underfunded it, you have put it in the back burner, it's a growing field, and you don't really want women in the men's thing, but they're there because it's a job, and obviously people need to make money, and it works. And a lot of times the people who put there are good at it. So this is what I'm saying. Weight representation is like, it's almost similar to in other words of life when it's like with race. It's like, yes, on paper, perfect phrase of saying it. There's a difference between equality and equity. Equality is just, putting half and half, but that's how it works. In order to raise someone else up, someone needs a bit of extra boost, and that's the situation of the women. So in my opinion, even though I do love Ian, and the way in which any kind of said it was nonsense, if he wasn't there, it wouldn't hurt anyone, because like, yeah, you can boost up on the background, but let the women who don't get the opportunities in other spaces of sports be the pundits, be the commentators, and let them actually build something up. So that's kind of how I'm with this. I don't like how she's doing it in terms of like the whole, again, the Nedum one, 100%, because again, he's not in the space, and that made no sense. And in speaking, I don't think anyone, correct me if I'm wrong, is anyone even checking in for him in the men's game? So it feels a bit like
I think he's a good pundit. When I've heard him speak, I like him.
For the women's game, it feels a bit Phil Nevery, where it's like you couldn't really impact the men's, so they've just thrown you a bone in the women's, which is what I don't like. Don't make it a token throw them a bone because you couldn't be anything in the men's. You can now come here. That's my whole thing with that one. Yeah. Like I said, personally, I would personally love it, which is all women and the women's stuff. But I also don't mind Ian Wright because again, if you're gonna be there, if you're gonna put a man there, I need a man who's actually in it. So like Ian Wright actually helps with sponsorship. He helps with podcasts. He does things. He talks it. He also just knows what he's talking about when it comes to women. He knows. It's not just thinking that you know what I mean. So it's like one of those ones. So it's like I also just don't like any. So I'm biased. I'm not gonna pretend. I don't like.
Yeah, I think that seems to be the census along. Yeah,
I think for me, her reputation is going before her with this because everybody's like, oh, you've been annoying on so many different issues. Then now you're raising another issue, and it's like everyone is talking about Eni Aluko rather than the actual point that she's trying to make, which is the question that Peter asked, like. Where do we go in terms of building the women's game? Is it you give women all the voices, or do you have a few male quote unquote allies in there that are going to help boost IPs?
Allies don't need to be visible. They don't need to be on a face fit. They can just kind of help talk about it. Like almost talk about it in your own kind of area spaces, boost the game. You don't have to be there. And I think a lot of aren't really tend to be there really. It's just kind of so but like I said, it's literally a case of mostly right message, wrong messenger. No one's trying to hear you. Alex Scott says it. Yeah, hear it.
The thing is, as well, I think she should probably look at the fact that she named 6 people, 4 of them were women and 2 of them were guys. In the 4 women, why isn't her? I mean, Farrah Williams gets her airtime. She's everywhere. But like, for example, why doesn't she asking herself, why am I not in amongst the female lot of the pool of 4 people?
I don't think that's a question she should ever have.
It shouldn't be about female.
Simply because first of all, we all know Eni Aluko as a pundit. She has been a pundit on television for the last 10 years, consistently talking about football. So it's not about, is Eni Aluko good enough to do this? She's been doing it. Yeah.
But her argument was to be in the final. Her argument was that she should have been one of the pundits for the final, not guys.
No. The argument is that it should be women and not men, not that Eni Aluko should be there.
I'm not sure about that. She made the point that her and Farrah Williams have 100 caps plus for England. We've got Ian Wright and we've got Eden Manua. Manua there with obviously like they're not female players or whatever, right? Like how comes they're not in the final was more. I think her point was not that it was another woman, because she could have said like, I don't know, bring up someone random. I don't know.
Hope Evans.
Like Anderson and Hope, is it Hope Powell? What's the former? Is it Hope Powell? Right. Let's say random names. If she brought those up, she brought herself and Farrah up with her caps.
No, because she said, like she's advocating for herself. I'm not saying she's not, but she's advocating for herself in the position of men, not in the position of the other.
I know, and I'm saying she should look at just out the women, because even though there's men in there, because even though there's men in there, I have 6. So the real question is, even when BBC and ITV want to bring women in and bring them into that pool,
why is that not you?
Why is she not in there?
Are you good enough? Are you as good as you think you are?
The reason why I think that's complete nonsense.
No, I hear you. Yeah, the thing is, I hear you in certain parts of what you're saying in terms of like, why isn't she in the kind of pool of women? Yeah. But the argument also is like, put it this way, like I said, I'll make up again another comparison. Why I think I don't know if it's you also saying about why isn't she talking about replacing the men and not the women. It's similar to like if there's like a all-white business and like 3 people of color, the people of color shouldn't be asking to replace people of color. They should be asking to replace.
Can I rebut to that, please? I'm with you on that analogy you've given. The analogy I'm giving here, though, is it's the white people that are the major pool here. So in this conversation about the women, there's 4 women of 6. Out of 6. So they're actually the majority in the context of the conversation. So I'm totally with you if we're saying there's 2 women where there's 4 guys, and I'm saying to Eni to look at the 2 women situation. I'm not telling her to do that. I'm telling her to look at the majority in the women's sport. She's not getting rated anyway.
I hate it, but I think when I'm bringing it back to the weighted double standard of it all, is like the whole pool of women's football is already, for lack of a better word, a discriminated part of it. So whether or not the 4 women are the majority, it's still the majority amongst the situation of like the original rating. The men realistically don't need to be there. So the power of the 2 already, because it's Ian Wright. Let's keep it 100. But Ian Wright is bigger than all of them, whether it's 4 women or not.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying I personally am fine with me, right? But my argument is like, if she's bringing up Farah and her, then in my opinion, yeah, she should be talking about replacing those. Again, personally, I'm still saying I'm gonna try and remove my bias because I personally want Ian there, but that's me in it.
Yeah.
Two Joe blogs, two random brothers. Then she should be asking. Realistically speaking, it's a women's tournament which doesn't get enough eyes on it, so it's already a small situation.
Yeah.
Do you actively need to have 4 male pundits then when you can have an all-women panel and the men can still be talking about advocating every once in a while they come in on commentary for like certain games here and there, but they don't need to be one of the main 6 is where I'm looking at. Again, I didn't watch this. My opinion on what she said is capped, and also I don't like her, so I'm already kind of extra biased in it, but I get the content of what she's saying.
And I think it's just more an argument on how you see the game progressing, because Laura Woods made a great point. She went back and said, look, having a player like Ian right there adds a bit of legitimacy to it, as in terms of credibility for people watching. And she was saying that like,
yes,
it is a shame, but it's also a reality. And she was saying that when it comes to the women's final, we don't just want little girls watching, we also want little boys watching. Yeah. So it can't just be like a girls' club thing. But then, from the other side, it's like when you look at the men's Euro final, there's not going to be a women pundit. There might be a women presenter. There's not going to be.
That's different. A women presenter is more likely than a women pundit.
But presenters and pundits are two different things.
This World Cup coming will be interesting to see what. Do we know the team? Like the
not sure.
No.
BBC have announced their broadcasting team. It's there, you can find it, but we don't know who's going to be obviously for what match. But it has been announced.
Yeah, but yeah.
But there'll be tons of women there. But just when it gets to the bigger game, to get the people who are more experienced, either from that country or have played in big finals. That's what they're going to do. So to her point, to say Neda Manua has never even played for England, let alone a final. You're putting him there ahead of people who have hundreds of caps.
That one on just like an isolated thing, I 100% understand, because it's like, again, Ian makes 100% sense. I don't know what my man over there was doing.
He's carried the beacon for sure.
Yeah,
carried the beacon to
I don't understand him.
It's a shame though, and he's like, she's a clever girl. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're talking about someone she's got law degree. She's been the managing director of Aston Villa. Like, this woman is serious. She's no mug. Do you get what I'm saying? It's the fact that her sound bites are of horrendous takes, because she has got them. Like everybody else has horrendous takes, right? So let's not just signal her out. I've heard some shocking stuff from like Sue Smith and all them lot, right? Them lot get on my nerves. Carney, bloody hell. But
we mentioned Farah, and she'd love to talk.
Farah. Oh my goodness, yeah, exactly.
And we have to talk about the quotas of progressing the game. Yeah, if we were to look back at football 10 years ago or maybe 15 years ago, and we had Man City versus Liverpool, you're gonna get Souness, Jamie Redknapp, Gary Neville. You're gonna get 3 white men. Now, because not because of quality, but because of like forcing the agenda, you have a black pundit on almost every show now. There's always a Michael Richards. There's always Sturridge. Like they always get Henri, Vieira, whoever it is, they always get a black person in there now. And I think there is some sort of quota that they have where they're like,
it's a slow movement where it's like, that's the point.
It's a Rooney rule.
Show some inclusivity, so that this is not a white man's club.
It's like, if that's happening only now with the men, it's going to take. It shouldn't. I think they should escalate whatever, but it's going to. I'll be interested. I'm very poor about looking at post game, pre game, whatever stuff like that. I'll be interested if there'll be a game where it's just all the black pundits at once and see what happens. Just make them all black, see what happens.
They lose that. It wouldn't be serious.
Darren Lewis has to be the presenter. Darren Lewis has to be. He's the only one that could hold it down.
Have Sturridge, have Henri in there, and look a bit of Vieira for the steal, and see what happens.
I need Darren Lewis to mediate that.
I don't want to see that.
I need Darren Lewis to mediate that.
So much, brilliant.
All right, guys. I don't know if you got any more.
Actually, isn't that guy? Is Romero? Once again,
yeah, Christian Romero, get the hell out of here!
It's
too much, man. It's too much.
It is too much.
Not like guys. It's the I don't know the name of the organization, but the organization of that American guy who got shot. His whole lot for the halftime
All American halftime show.
That whole like All American halftime show. You're all useless.
Did it actually happen?
Yeah,
it actually happened. Actually happened.
I saw clips. I saw clips in it this morning, and Kid Rock was horrible. And some other guy singing with a guitar, and it was just it was so. And it makes what makes it laugh because they're all hypocrites. Because I saw a video of like I think the Trump lot were watching the Super Bowl at their place at their country club, where it was. Bad Bunny was on the screen, so you man were clearly watching it. All the other men who complained about they weren't going to watch it, they were going to boycott it. You're all talking about it. So did you boycott it or not?
America's so racist, man.
No, I can't lie. This Super Bowl was like, right, they really don't rate them man at all.
They don't.
Yeah.
I saw so much talking. I was like, right, I didn't think it would be that bad. I didn't think people cared.
It's a good point about Bad Bunny's performance, though. All those flags that come out, all that sort of South American, the Caribbeans, West Indies, all those flags that come out at the end, and it was like basically just, and then the big banner behind it where it says "The way to overcome hate is love" or something like that. Yeah. It was sick. Like shout out to Bad Bunny on that one as well.
I agree. And Nat previous. I don't know if you guys saw Leonard Carl. He tried to do step overs. He shut the ball out. And then the opposite guy just gave him a thumbs up. He just gave him a thumbs up. He said, "Cheers, mate."
Lucky for them, they won 5-1, didn't they?
I know.
Luis Diaz hat trick. So there you go. Right, guys, that wraps up this week's Top 4 podcast. Don't forget that there is football this week, midweek as well. Fantasy starts tomorrow, so make sure you get your teams all sorted out. The games that we can look forward to this week: Chelsea play at home to Leeds. Oscar, you there tomorrow? Leeds. Huh?
I'm at home. I'm not there.
Oscar doesn't go Chelsea no more. All games, by the way, on TNT Sports. All games on TNT Sports. We've got Everton, Bournemouth, Spurs, Newcastle, if you want some entertainment, because that could be fun. West Ham United at home to Manchester United at 8:15. Interesting. On the Wednesday.
The haircut's on the line.
on the Wednesday, Villa at home to Brighton, Palace at home to Burnley, City at home to Fulham, Forest at home to Wolves. I'll tell you something now. Let Wolves get a result over there.
That would be the one.
That's the one. That's the trigger. And then Sunderland 8:15 at home to Liverpool. You want guys, get the popcorn. Go get your ready salted or get your sweet and salt.
Liverpool break
the Brobster.
There's a Liverpool meltdown pending.
I need the Brobster to do
no Szoboszlai. There's a Liverpool. There's another pending one. And then on Thursday night, it's Brentford at home to Arsenal, 8 o'clock kickoff. Scary hours, that one as well. Shaky Warrior.
As well.
You off to Gunnersbury, Pete?
That's going to be
I didn't get a ticket. Fuming.
That's going to be a win. But it's going to be a trickier game that people are going to expect.
Bro, Kai Havertz 93rd minute, mate. 1-0.
I'll take it as a win. But it's going to be a tricky game.
It's going to be a horrible, horrible one. But yes, we'll be back next week, Monday. Make sure you guys sort out your Valentine's Day weekend, yeah? Make sure you get it sorted out because it's FA Cup weekend. Football knew what time it was. You know what I'm saying? They knew what time it was. Do your thing. And we'll be back next week talking all things football, Premier League, FA Cup, the lot. Until then, we are out. Peace.